Everyone, we are live again. That is the mere search for Uhuru. Everyone, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. I said Brandon already done left. Brandon got to go get seconds on the collard green sandwiches, but it's okay. But Brandon, real quick. So when I was in LA in Inglewood, right?
Right.
Used to be good as hell. Right across from the okay, so they tore down the casino and the racetrack, did they? Is it still there or no?
I think they tore that down to build that stadium.
So
or it might still be there. No, I think it might still be there. I'm not sure though.
Okay, off of I think that's Century and what's the I forgot the cross street.
Was it Prairie? Was it Prairie?
Century and Prairie.
Yeah.
So there's a shopping center like right across the street from there.
Right.
And so back in the day, back when I was in LA, this is probably about 2012. There used to be a spot in there in the shopping center called Soul Burger. So Soul Burger, you get you a hamburger, turkey patty with dressing on it, yams, greens, cranberry sauce on your burger, all on your burger. Sounds good and listen, was delicious, off the chain. They didn't stay open because people didn't catch on to it, but I used to love it. So I would go in there. They had a hamburger called the James Brown, right?
Damn.
So the James Brown turkey patty, right? Turkey patty, and then they put dressing with gravy on it. Hamburger with dressing and gravy on it. The James Brown with the cranberry sauce,
right,
on a hamburger. And then they were like the concept came from, I guess, when after Thanksgiving they would have Thanksgiving leftovers. So what they would do, they would just make burgers and put the Thanksgiving leftovers on the burger.
Man, that sound bomb.
But it was smacking. But I guess they were before their time. I used to love it, but people didn't really. They closed down. People wasn't really feeling it. But I used to love it. I thought it was off the chain. So when I be giving Brandon a hard time about his collard green sandwiches, like there used to be a spot where you could get you a collard green burger, like that, like for real. You get you a collard green hamburger.
This is collard green hamburger.
Yeah, you get you a collard green hamburger. I used to love it. I used to go in all the time. So when I was working for Cintas, like that was part of my territory at one time. So I used to call on them. I never got the business, but I used to always go in there and call on them. And I never got the business, but I would go in there every Friday because I used to get my hair cut at Chuck Taylor's, which is also in Inglewood, off of I think that's Cincinnati and La Cienega, over by the Magic Johnson Fridays. He had the Magic Johnson at the Fridays and the Starbucks right there on the corner. So
didn't the Fridays close down?
I don't know. I haven't been back to LA since 2014. So
right.
Yeah, that food slap. Man, I'm from Cali. That food slap. It slap. So yeah, I used to go up in there every weekend. Like I get my hair cut, or before I got my hair cut, or right when I got off of work, because I used to work over in Torrance, El Segundo.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah. So it wasn't too far because El Segundo and Inglewood not too far from each other. So when I used to get off of work, my thing was I would take my tie off, go grab me something to drink, go get my Soul Burger, go get my hair cut.
Fall asleep.
Man, go back to my expensive ass studio apartment. I was paying like $1,500 a month for a box.
Where were you living?
I was living downtown, right off of 9th and Broadway.
Hey, that's what's up. 9th and Broadway's what's up.
Yeah, but see, so right when I was leaving in 2014, like right next to my building, they built the Ace Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So they built the Ace Hotel. Then across the street, they put like an Urban Outfitters. And then my other spot I used to eat at, guys, I'm a foodie. I love to eat. I'm greedy as hell. I love to eat. So there's a spot across the street called Umami Burger. So I used to, Serve Spoon in Inglewood, they got everything salty. I call it a salty spoon. It's just everything was just super salty.
I don't like Serving Spoon.
Yeah, just everything was just salty. Yeah, so, but every time I went in there, Raphael Sadiq was in there though for some reason. Every time I went into Serving Spoon, Raphael Sadiq was in there.
You remember he made the song "Now Me and That was eating on
the serving spoon." That battle cat
He
beat.
might have owned part of it. He might have been part owner in that joint.
Yeah. He was in the service. Every time I walked into the serving spoon, Raphael Sadiq will be in there. So yeah. So what was I saying? See, I would get my hair cut and go back to my expensive ass studio apartment. I don't know, just the weekends, my weekends. I just remember my weekends in LA.
Man, just admit it, man. You love LA, bro. You love LA. It's okay.
It just costs too much, bro. Like it just costs too much. But
hey, let me say this.
Go ahead.
Soul Burger is gone, but there's still some black-owned businesses right there that need your support. There's the Sweet Red Peach, a bomb-ass bakery. Oh my God. Listen, I don't even like cake and stuff like that. But when I tell you this place got the best damn cake, sweet potato pie, it's called Sweet Red Peach in that same shopping center you was talking about, right on Prairie and Century, right across the street from the new stadium. Black owned, they're in there doing it right, bro. Like the guy gave me a little slice of something as a sample. I ate it. I swear I was running up there like every other day buying cake. And I don't even buy cake. If you go in my house, there's no cake in here. Man, I was getting a Louisiana crunch cake they was making from scratch. Then I was getting a red velvet cake. They got some sweet potato pie. Man, hey, Diners. That place to have your blood sugar on. It's good. It's good as hell. Cookies too. Black owned, man. It's like a dad, a mom. They like teaching their kid. They've been there for a little minute. They're very good. And then
how long have they been there? Because they wasn't there when I was
they wasn't there. They wasn't there. It's been there for about 5 years.
Okay, so yeah.
But then Lee's also. You got Lee's Jamaican cuisine. They all right. They ain't the bomb.
No. Listen, the best Jamaican restaurant is over in Leimert Park. It's called Aki Bamboo.
Aki Bamboo is good, but they took a little dive. Now it's We Be Jamming is good.
No, off of La Brea and Pico.
It's better.
Off of Pico.
Yeah, We Be Jamming. No, they improved. Because Aki used to be the best. Aki used to be the best, but they slipped a little bit.
No, Aki off the track. Actually go in there and get the was it the bass fish?
Listen, if any of y'all want to open up a Jamaican spot, come to LA and open a Jamaican spot. Come to Long Beach. The person who opens a Jamaican food spot in Long Beach is going to be a millionaire. I'm telling you. Long Beach is, you got all these white people coming in. They eating at Roscoe's in droves. They thirsty for some new cuisine, bro.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, I bet you a ton of white people probably eat at Roscoe's now.
Bro, it's all whites and Asians. And they be like, they'll literally ask you, is there any other type of black food, soul food, or Jamaican food? And you'll be like, nah, nothing around here. I'm telling you, the person who invests in a Jamaican food spot and doing it right, the person who invests in a Jamaican or Caribbean food spot in Long Beach is going to be a multimillionaire. There used to be a dude named there used to be a place called Uncle Al's Caribbean Fish. It was right on First Street and Linden in Long Beach. That guy was there for like 20 years and retired a multimillionaire. When he left, it left a big ass gap in the Caribbean food market in Long Beach. No one has ever replaced him, bro. And I'm telling you, that guy's place was big as hell and it was packed every day. And he kept it very nice, immaculate. It looked beautiful. Somebody, you got a Jamaican uncle or something who unemployed, but he know how to cook. Bring his ass out here and put him in a Jamaican or Caribbean food restaurant. He gonna make a lot of money. Y'all gonna make a lot of money.
Another Jamaican spot right off of Centinela.
Man, hold on, bro. Ruby Williams. Be careful where you eat nowadays. The CDC, who gives a shit, Ruby? Like, no one cares about that. We're not talking about the CDC. We're having a black moment without white fear. And you got to bring up the CDC and hepatitis. Hepatitis been around forever, bro. Why do black people got to put a negative spin on everything positive? No, Ruby, we're not going to be careful. We're going to eat all kinds of garbage. We're going to go down to Mexico and eat tacos right out of the back of somebody's house. And hopefully we don't die. But yeah, I'm just like, come on, bro. We enjoying something right now. And they go CDC's or whatever. Anyway, so what's up, Diners? What we talking about today?
Guys, hit that like button as you come to the chat room. Again, hit that like button. Also, go to ileamir.com and get your coffee mugs. If you guys drink coffee, you need to be drinking out of your Ilemir
Oh,
coffee
you got
mug.
a coffee mug? I got to buy that.
Yeah, man, hold on. You got to go there. Hold on, real quick. Shameless plug. I promise you're gonna get started. Hold on. So,
Shameless.
shameless plug. So, guys, make sure you go to. Hold on, share screen. Chrome tab. Ilemir. Bam. Go to ilemir.com. Go to Ilemir Home. You got your coffee mugs, your towels, your pillowcases, and your pillows.
I like that mug. That mug is dope.
Yeah. So you get your kaftans, you get your ready to wear, your shirts.
You got to give pillows a better name, not just a pillow. You know what I'm saying? You got to give it a freaky name. I mean, it's a random pillow. You're like, the pillows. They were like, I got a pillow. You got to be something like sensual healing pillows, the pre-sex initiation pillows. Later on.
Yeah. So again, go to ilemir.com, get your prints. The concept is an Africa marketplace. So guys, go to ilemir.com and check us out, family. Go and check us out.
I didn't say you got to blow your back out pillow. No.
Jason, I'm gonna call you today. Jason, I'm gonna hit you up about Nigeria tonight, Jason. I ain't forget about you, brother. So yeah, man. I mean, we got brother Brandon on with us. You guys, make sure you go to Dynasty.
Right quick.
Yeah, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. Like, share, subscribe. Tour still coming up. We got one more slot for Sierra Leone. We got only one more slot. So Sierra Leone, leaving on the 19th to the 29th. The Nigeria, Omo Niger, going back to Nigeria. Have not been home to Nigeria. Haven't been home since last time I was there was January 2020. Yeah, 2020. So going back to Nigeria. Patreon, become a monthly Patreon. We're gonna jump right into it. All right, so we're gonna start off, Brandon.
What's up?
George. In fact, introduce yourself for people who don't know you.
My name is Brandon Tucker, aka Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. I gave you guys my first and last name. Don't look it up. I have a channel, and I get on my channel. I usually do it every morning, but lately I've been doing it like every other morning, kind of hit or miss. But I do like the Pan-African morning show, and I get on there and we talk about like weekly events, political things. We play music, we have a good time, we crack jokes, all that stuff. I mean, there's very few channels on YouTube that are not monetized, so I'm one of the few one of the ones that it is not monetized, so I can like play music on my channel and just stuff and be goofy and don't really have to worry about keeping it politically correct. So if you want some of that like straight raw dialogue where you can just curse at people and curse people out and stuff, and you could just talk openly, just come to my channel. Go like my channel, subscribe to my channel, and I promise you will not be disappointed. I see some people on here who'll be on my channel. Thank you guys for following me over here today. And I'll be with you in the morning tomorrow, 7, 8, between 7 and 8 a.m. I got to get back on it like regular, but I'm going to do it because I want to keep that as a resource for the peeps. Beyond that, let's talk about Derek Chauvin. I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Yeah, so George Floyd, we saw the video last year. The trial's going on right now. Now, give us your analysis on how do you think this trial is going to play out? Like, I think if he walks, I don't think he's going to walk. He's not going to walk. But if he, okay, you giving me that? Okay, go ahead, Brandon.
I mean, this is the problem. We don't really know. We can hope, but basically, you have to understand what the two sides are arguing, right? So the prosecution, that's the people who are representing George Floyd and trying to send this guy to jail. They're basically arguing that Derek, I'm gonna just call him Derek because I don't really know how to pronounce his last name. But Derek, they're arguing that Derek, the officer Derek, he used excessive force against George Floyd. He was on his neck with his knee, for over 9 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They are saying that this was excessive force. They were saying that this person intentionally put pressure on George Floyd's neck to the point where he died, right? Now, what the defense is arguing is that while Derek is guilty of putting his knee on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes, the reason why the knee was placed on the neck for so long was because the crowd around the scene, the ones who were watching this, the bystanders, they were distracting the police in a way to where he had to continuously apply pressure to George Floyd's neck, and basically lost track of time and how long he was on George Floyd's neck with a knee. They are also arguing, their backup argument is that George Floyd did not die from the knee being on his neck. They're saying that he died from a condition that he had that was caused by his prolonged drug use. And I forgot what that was called, arterial phylaxis. You guys look it up. Let's be accurate. But it's like something phylaxis. Mm-hmm. So basically, I guess it's just like a heart thing or something. And he died. They're saying he died because of prolonged drug use. The second argument the first argument is very weak. The second argument is very weak, but his representatives feel like these are logical arguments, and they're hoping to get off. And I believe that they're hoping to get off by saying this was an accident. So I believe what they're going to try to do is they're going to fight to drop this down to manslaughter, because right now he's on trial for murder. But in the history, the precedent says that usually when the police go to trial for murder, they end up making a deal to reduce it down to manslaughter. They'll do a year or two in prison and the rest of their time on probation, and they'll be back on the job within a few months, right? So the bigger story for me is our people are still allowing themselves to be distracted with this type of stuff. You have no power over the outcome. All you're going to do is if he gets off, you're going to start acting up, but you're never going to fall back on the most logical reaction to start working together so that you are protected from this type of thing happening. We got a little echo. I hear echo down.
Hold on, it might be. Is that better? Go say something.
Yeah, it's better. But
okay.
We don't have the natural reaction. Like George Floyd died, we tore up everything, nothing happened, right? So what now? You have to look at what you've already done and what worked and what didn't work, because I hear people already talking about if he gets off, it's gonna go up. We're gonna do this and do that. That already didn't work. So why are you guys already preparing to do stupidity? What you need to do is stop hating each other, right? That's why people really kill you, because you make people feel like your lives are worthless. They see the way we treat each other. They see the way we murder each other and do each other dirty just for no reason. And they say these dudes' lives are worth nothing. Way back in 1995, what did Tupac say? Tell me what a black life's worth. He wasn't saying that because white people don't value black life. He's saying that because black people don't value black life. As long as I stay black, I gotta stay strapped because I never get to lay back. Some punk that I roughed up way back. He didn't say because some white person. He said I gotta stay strapped because there's a black person who maybe we got in a fight in the 7th grade and the dude sees me and he got a gun and he want to shoot me. So right. I'm not justifying the cop what he did. He's wrong. The guy's wrong. There's 2 less shootings. But you have to realize that he's being tried in a criminal system that wants him to get off, because what's riding on his is their credibility. I mean, they know you can't do anything even if he gets off, but they want to give the false impression of honesty, transparency, and credibility. As you watch George Floyd's trial, there are police out here right now committing heinous acts towards black people. While we watch George Floyd's trial, there are black people right up on Florence and Normandy in LA committing heinous acts against other black people. So when you watch this, don't watch this just to get entertainment and analysis on George Floyd. Watch this with your mind in position, locked and loaded to start thinking differently. Don't let these people traumatize you any further because you already got enough trauma and fear. So all this is doing is fortifying the trauma. You guys gotta learn to just be able to look away from certain things because everything that's in front of your face is not good for you, you know, unless you are just a trauma whore to where you're like, yo, I just want to be traumatized forever. I just want to constantly be bogged down, right, with this negative stimuli, these negative images, this negative imagery. So that's pretty much what's going on right here. They are trying to use George Floyd's death to once again get you onto the Negro hamster wheel, as Diamond so eloquently put it before. You're literally, you done went through all 2020. Now you got new challenges coming, COVID passports and everything, vaccine passport. But now they're trying to reset your mind back to the past, right? They already 2020, you was dealing with COVID and they reset your mind back to civil rights. Now you're in a new era where it's being revealed that your boy Biden, Joe Biden, is nothing that you thought he would be.
What were they expecting? Were they really expecting him to do something?
They voted for him. Dinus. We went on and put our reputations on the line to talk real, right? To tell people what we really believe they should do. Our people didn't listen to us. They rejected us. That's okay. That happens when you're black. You get rejected by your own people sometimes. But now that Biden has proved that he's not doing nothing for black people, like we were so afraid of Trump. Let's talk about the negative things that Biden has done to black people so far. Did not do police reform. That's why you voted for him. He's got it now to the point where you're being looked at as racist for things that are happening to Asian people. So Biden is allowing an atmosphere to be created where they are looking at black people as extremely racist towards Asians, right? So now there are laws about to be passed, which makes it illegal for you to even say something negative, speak to them in a threatening manner. Remember, Dinah's back when we was younger, if you told somebody in school, I'm gonna beat your ass, how they would bring the police to the school and arrest you. Remember that?
See, I didn't go to I went to a private school all my life. So
when the schools I went to, look, we was in middle school, and even this happened in elementary school. Two kids get into it, they'd be like, yo, one kid be like, man, I'm gonna beat your ass, or I'm gonna F you up. They would call the police and arrest that kid for making a terrorist threat. Since then, they've dialed back the enforcement of those type of laws. That all coincided with 9/11, right? But that was them misusing the new laws and using it against black people in a negative way, right? Oh, you said you're gonna knock somebody out? That's a terrorist threat. Or call the police so he can get arrested. Now they're putting the Asian laws or the Asian racism laws, right, on the books. Why aren't the laws that they put against hate and racism that are already on the books, why aren't those good enough for Asians too, right? Aren't those laws supposed to be for everybody? Civil rights. No, they're going to get specific laws now aimed at you. It's going to be the same way like what they did with Jewish people. They're making them a protected class. So when you voted for Biden, right? You voted for Biden. Biden was like, yo, vote for me and I'm going to protect you. Biden, you voted for Biden. He's basically said, I can't protect you. It's unconstitutional. Then he turned out and protected the Asians. So that shows you this guy don't give a shit about doing nothing for you. And I don't care what you say about Trump and Brandon loves Trump. Donald Trump never went on board with shit talking about we're going to make one group protected from black people because black people are monsters and all this stuff. Go on Facebook. There's a whole page called Asian Don where the Asians is on there talking about black people, how black people abuse them, mistreat them. We're more racist than white people, all this stuff. How did you go from being scared of what Donald Trump might do to you to voting for Biden? And now, yes, and exactly, Omega, Joe Biden is being paid by China to give Asians in America protected status. That's it. Just like Jews have protected status. You cannot do nothing to a Jewish person. You will be in prison. Asians are going to have that status. And you're going to be the person held to account for it. So we're not even we're 4 months into the year, and all the people who was talking all this shit about me and Dynas, they're nowhere to be found now that stuff is hitting the fan. Now, all I'm waiting for is for Joe Biden to come online, right, and say, yo, what Derek Chauvin did was wrong. It's a tough call. It's a tricky situation, but I believe.
But I can't do that. My hands are tied. Hands are tied.
All he had to say was, look, none of us were in that moment, but I feel like it could have been handled better. Even if Biden came out and said that, right, you would at least think like, okay, maybe he's at least trying to help black people to some extent. Joe Biden is totally silent on this shit because he don't really give a damn, right? Yeah. Evil is evil, Shania Bird. Evil is evil, but I guarantee you, black people were not being looked at as racist under Trump. Trump was not on a mission to label us as racist and hateful, because we know blacks are not racist against Asians. Why is that the narrative on the news, Dynas? Why is that being pushed on the news, bro? Like black people always attacking Asians.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm over it. But so the police reform bill is called the George Floyd bill, the one that's, I guess, up right now.
Listen, listen, just let me ask you a question, Dynas. How can the president not go on record condemning something, but approve a bill that was made in response to that series of unfortunate events? If Derek Chauvin is not guilty, why is there a bill to address what this motherfucker did? How? That's like saying, look, the rooster, the fox is in the hen house, right? So we gonna put a fence around, we're gonna put chicken wire around the hen house, right? To keep the fox from getting in. But then you say, well, we're putting somebody comes out and says, no, the fox was never in the hen house. Well, then why the hell are we putting a fence around the hen house if the fox was never in there? The fence was put there in direct response to the fox getting in the damn hen house. This George Floyd bill was written in response to the fact, right? To the fact that George Floyd was treated unfairly, right or wrong, Dynas?
Right.
Okay, so the bill being written itself proves that Chauvin is guilty. So why is it even a matter that it should have been an instant conviction? Guilty. Motherfuckers guilty. They got a bill in the works right now going through the House and the Senate to address what he did to George Floyd. That means we all knew it was wrong. We all knew it was wrong. Right or wrong, Dynas?
Right.
So how is this something that can even be brought to trial? He was wrong. He already lost his job. He's an ex-cop. That's telling you he was wrong. Right, Dynas? If he got fired. Like, you don't get fired for doing everything right. Do you get fired for doing everything right, Dynas?
So I know some people that got fired for doing everything right.
Right. If you black
in corporate America, I know some people that got fired for doing everything right.
Right. But if you are doing things the way it's supposed to be done, as hard as it is for a cop to get fired, that guy would still be employed. So there's the department, the 911, the 911 dispatcher watched the video and even was like, I had great concern for what I was watching on that video. He wasn't doing his job. He was going beyond that. How is this even a trial? This is a freaking pony show. This is a farce, right? This is a farce. And the fact that I mean, even my cousin is watching that shit posted on Facebook on the minute updates. And I'm like, you guys, you don't even realize that there's no argument as to whether what he did was wrong. But when they say not guilty, there's going to be a segment of our people say, well, they found him not guilty. We're not dealing with right and wrong.
Hey, shout out to our homeboy.
50%.
He said, give Biden time. Give Master Biden time. He just got into office. You said the same thing for about Obama for 8 years. Give him time. Give him time.
Give him time. Give him time.
And then listen. Once he get out of office, he really gonna do something.
Man, Biden already said he's gonna run again. They about to hook this dude up to a Goodyear, to a Die-Hard battery, dude. He's gonna be sitting in the Oval Office with a damn hat on, and under the hat gonna be all types of wires and shit. China gonna press a button and his ass gonna. But the point is, we are in the end game. Like I said on my show this morning, we're in the end game. You lost. You lost. There's no moral victory. There's no recovery. You're not gonna come back like Rocky Balboa in the 10th round and knock out Drago. You're not. You lost. And the only thing you can do now is regroup and think of another strategy to move forward. Whatever happened to reparations? That argument is dead now.
No, our reparations came when we elected Biden and Kamala Harris. Those are the reparations.
No, your boy, what's the little weirdo's name? What's his name? The dude,
Roland Martin?
Huh?
Roland Martin?
No, the other goofball. What's his name? You got Cornel West, you got Roland Martin, and you got that other black dude with the glasses. He's always wearing glasses. What's his name?
Michael Eric Dyson?
Yes. Yes. He said that Joe Biden getting elected was all the reparations black people needed.
I told you. Yeah, I told you.
Like Michael Eric Dyson, right? So you're done. We are right here crying over spilled milk. We are looking down on a corpse, hovering over the body, hoping that it comes back to life. We lost. Oh man, you're right, Mr. Untouchable. ADOS is dead up in these YouTube streets. If we're ADOS, we are foundational Black Americans, right? That's us. And I'm telling you, we are stupefied. We got nowhere to go. We got nowhere to go, man. To quote the Honorable General Taco, we have no blood to bleed. We're done. And we want to sit up and watch the news talking shit as if something is going to change. How? They beat you. Look. You want me to tell you what this is the equivalent of, Dynasty? Let me give you an analogy. Can I talk to you? We family, right? Can I talk to you?
Come on, go ahead.
Let me give you an analogy. The way white people did niggas in America was like if somebody came to your own hood, say you a gang member, somebody came to your own hood and they had so much pull that they got your own homies to beat you up. Say it's like you a Crip and a blood come to your hood and he got so much pull with your Crip homies that he can get them to beat you up. That's where we at right now. The white man said, dude, I beat your ass so bad, I grabbed your wrist and start punching you with your own fist and knocked you out. That's where we at. He turned us in the same old divisive lines that have always plagued our community, right? Oh, Brandon, you're a Trump supporter. Why? Brandon, you a rapist? You a pedophile? No. You this, you that? No. Brandon's a good guy, husband, a father. He does it, but he supports Trump, so he's a demon. Dynus is a good guy. He does everything he's supposed to do. Good father, really trying to work for our people, but he supports Trump, so we can't listen to him. That's how stupid you saw people were. Because if Dynus tells me something, I'm going to say, look, Dynus is a good dude. I'm going to try to listen to what he's saying and try to see if I can see it from his perspective. Because based on who he is, right, I know that he doesn't want to hurt me. So if he doesn't want to hurt me and he's making a suggestion, the least I can do is look into it and try to see if I can see his position. You guys turned on the people who wanted to do nothing but help you. And that was basically your entire YouTube community. Even Phil Scott was a Trump supporter. Dynus, me, all the people you on our channels watching our shit. Yeah, this brother's real, keeps real. When we gave you real advice that wasn't based on emotion, like, look, you don't want to be having no COVID passport. You don't want to be having to get a COVID whatever. Oh, we were the enemy. We were this. We were sellouts. The same people who voted for Biden is now complaining about the COVID, the vaccine passport. How quickly feelings have changed. But you signed up for it. You agreed to it. You knew. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing, Cyril 84. Trump losing has really hurt Brandon. See, the reason why you're kind of retarded is this. You're looking at it like Trump's losing. We're losing, dumbass. We're losing. Trump is on a resort somewhere in Florida as a billionaire living his life. We're the broke asses sitting up worried if we're going to be able to go to our freaking job without getting a COVID-19 vaccine injected into us. But no, Trump lost. Diamond. Trump lost. We won. Trump lost. Trump ain't never, I think Trump got a vaccine shot. But if he didn't want to, he would have never had to. Right? Right? Because he's rich. He could say, fuck it, I'm going to go buy an island and just go stay over there. But you're going to stay in the projects. And you're going to lose your job if you refuse to get a COVID vaccine. And you can't go into Trader Joe's. And you can't go into Kroger's without a COVID.
You think it's coming down the line?
Man, they're already talking about, they're about to start testing it in New York.
So even if you're wearing a mask, you still got to get the.
Bro, they said, I've been reading up on this. I even did a show this morning. They said they're going to start testing it. And they're going to start seeing if people, if they're going to make it to where people are going to have a COVID vaccine passport to even go to a movie theater or a restaurant, diners. If they're talking about a movie theater, restaurant, here's look. I know I've been talking a lot, but let me just show you guys about logical thinking. Some of us struggle with it, so let me just tell you guys about logical thinking. Logically speaking, if businesses are here to make money, right? And businesses know that in order for people to come in and do business, they have to feel safe. That's why they build shopping centers and have security guards and all that, so you can feel safe when you go by, walk in place with your money. If one business says we are requiring COVID a vaccine proof of a vaccine passport, or vaccine ID, right, to come into our store. Don't you think that everybody who ran out to get the vaccines, you've been seeing these lines 5 and 10 miles long of people lined up to get the vaccines like in Long Beach? Don't you think that they're going to opt to go to those places over the places that are like, no, anybody can come in? And when these people see their money going down because they are not living up to some requirement that another business is doing, and they're getting a lot of business, that is the nature of business. They imitate who's having the most success. I'm telling you. So Costco is going to imitate Sam's Club. Sam's Club is going to imitate, another big box store. Kroger is going to imitate Vons. Vons is going to imitate Albertsons. Albertsons is going to imitate, Stater Brothers, because that's how business works. When one of them makes an adjustment, they all adjust to that, because they all want to at least meet the basic level of standards so people will still feel comfortable walking into their store. So when the movie theater starts requiring a COVID vaccine, and Trader Joe's or Whole Foods starts requiring a COVID vaccine, you best believe Ralph's is going to be like, yo, we need to require COVID vaccines because we're losing customers because customers don't feel safe.
Right.
That's how people make you do what they want you to do. They don't use the government to stop you. They restrict your access. They restrict your access to things. Look at what they're doing right now, Dinus, in all these states with the voter ID. What are they doing? They're just simply trying to restrict people's access to the polls. We know that the people who barely made it to the polls ain't going to show up if we require that they got an ID now, right? They're like, I ain't get no damn voter ID. That's bullshit. I ain't showing up. So what they're going to do to you now, we're going to break the people who are talking about, I ain't going to get no ID. I ain't getting no vaccine. Yeah, you are. Soon as they attach that to your welfare check, soon as they tell you ain't going to be able to get no food stamps, if you don't get the vaccine, you're going to go get it, right? That's the nature of business. So by this time in 2 years, the majority of the Black population will have a COVID vaccine. Black people said that, look, when welfare started requiring that, you had to go look for a job every day. Did all the men and women get off welfare? Hell no. They go into that welfare to work program. They walking around hunting for jobs and stuff. Like, yeah, I went and applied for 10 jobs. But I bet you there was people said, I ain't going to look for no job. I might as well start working if I'm going to do that. And where they at? Walking around at welfare to work. I forgot what the program is called, but they're there looking for jobs. Going to work in little bullcrap jobs to keep their welfare benefits. Black people always adjust. We always adjust with whatever they tell us to. Dinus, how many things black people said they would never do, and now they're doing them? I just gave an example this morning. I was like, remember black people? Man, if you go back 20 years, Dinus, a black person would have never took a dog into a store or a restaurant.
Right.
Black people used to be like, dogs belong outside.
Right.
Fast forward 20 years, I'm standing up in a damn burger place downtown. Some freaking black dude, big as me, walks in with a big ass dog, and the motherfucker stinking and smelling and shaking and spitting. And he's like, this is totally normal. Because whatever white folks do, we're going to eventually fall in line. Dr. Amos Wilson, I can't say it enough. He said, we are ruled by the power of influence. White people tell us what we should do and shouldn't do. And the way they rule us is because we believe that they're right. What did an African know about a Mercedes, bro? Until a white man told him, yo, you should buy a Mercedes. What did you know about a Toyota? Before a white dude was like, yo, you should go get a Toyota. We used to drive Cadillacs. But in 30 years, they convinced us the Cadillac is shit. Go buy a Mercedes. Now we don't, Dinus, in the 80s and 70s, what kind of car do black people buy, bro?
Buicks, Oldsmobiles, and Cadillacs.
In 2021, what kind of cars black people buy?
Range Rover, Mercedes, Porsches. Cadillac still, Escalades.
And that's rare. It's rare too. It's rare. We used to, man, look, my first car was a 1989 Cadillac Sedan DeVille, bro.
My first car was a 1982 Chevy Caprice. Bob.
Exactly. Now they got niggas in Ferraris and shit. They got us buying Mercedes. A dude to sit up and pass up a 2020 Cadillac to go buy a 2010 Mercedes with a broken power steering, just so he can say he's pushing a Benz. I got a homie who bought an E-Class Mercedes and he's 450 pounds. An E-Class. That's us, man. We no longer do anything that makes sense. They tell us, we go ahead and do it. We go ahead and do it. E-Class Mercedes, 450 pounds, dude. That's where we at right now.
So guys, hit that like button, please. Hit the like button. Let's hit the like button and go ahead and Brandon. We're going to go to the next topic. The next topic is black people in Atlanta, because I guess there's this new voting restriction or voting law that was passed. They're threatening to boycott the largest black employers in Atlanta or in Georgia, Coca-Cola and Delta. See, I don't understand. Why do you want to boycott the businesses that hire the most black people?
Right. So, yeah, because they're dumb. That's it. And guess what? They're going to fire their black ass and hire some Mexicans. That's what they're going to do. Because we're dumb. We're not doing anything based on what's best for us. We're doing what's best for the party. What's best for the Democratic Party? That's what we all caught up on. Bro, we got to do what's best for the Democrats. Damn what's best. Look at Stacey Abrams' big ass. See, this is...
Yo, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson.
Hey,
shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson in the chat room, everybody. Shout out to O'Shea. O'Shea, thank you so much for donating to the sandals fund. I'm gonna give you some. In fact, O'Shea, I got some new sandals on the way, brother. I appreciate you contributing to the sandals fund. Thank you, O'Shea. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And let's see what we got here. Life of solitude. I'm gonna take the vaccine to travel out the country, but before I do, I'm gonna get in top shape and get an allergy test.
Yeah, so whatever you want to do, take the vaccine and everything. I agree, but this is what I'm telling y'all: stop acting tough. You're not tough. The more tough and stubborn you act, the more dumb you look. Now you have to open up your mind to rational thinking. You're being forced to. See, the white man got an easy strategy for black people. He just forces you to do it. If you don't want to do it, he just forces you to do it. And then guess what happens? You end up having to do it, right? right? You end up being forced to do it, and then you walk in, and what that does is it fucks with your psyche. You really feel enslaved because he has to put you in a slave-like position to make you do something that might even be best for you, right? Why the white man had to create child support to make you take care of your own kids. The white man had to create child support to make the black man take care of his own damn kids. And as much as you want to say, how many black women is like, thank God for child support. Thank God I could go to court and they forced this nigga to pay for his kids. Right? And how many black men, I ain't paying shit. As soon as they suspend his driver's license, where he was at, Dinus, right up in child support court.
All right.
Same thing with the vaccine. I ain't taking this. I ain't taking that. Yeah. As soon as they suspend your driver's license, where you gonna be, Dinus? Right there. Which one you want to stick it in? You want to put it directly in between the crack of my eyes? Go ahead. I just need my license unsuspended. That's all. Literally, that's all they would have to do, bro. They, Dinus, right or wrong. If they say, if you don't, driving is a right, not a privilege. They remind you of that in the DMV all the time. If you literally, all they would have to do is say, we're going to suspend your privilege to drive. Dinus, will we be lined up? Will we be lined up around the building to get vaccines or not?
We would be.
Come on, Dinus.
Yeah, we will be.
Yes. So why are we acting so tough? Like we just hard. Like, oh, I ain't getting nothing. I ain't getting nothing. The best thing about Facebook is about YouTube is you don't really got to show your face. But I guarantee if I saw the faces and bodies of half these people on here, I guarantee you I could tell you if they was going to break down and get that vaccine or not. Mm-hmm. But now, okay, let's get back on point with the Atlanta thing.
Yeah, but one second, guys, hit that like button. Please hit that like button. And I got to grab my charger from my speaker. So give me like 10 seconds, but hit the like button. As you could, we're almost at 300 viewers. Please hit that like button. Go ahead, Go ahead, Brandon.
Okay, so like Dinus was talking about, why are we boycotting the number one employer for blacks in Georgia? Once you lose your damn job, then what you going to do? Who's going to hire you? Because the Democrats don't create no jobs. That's proven. What jobs are the Democrats creating for you? What assurances are Democrats giving you if Coca-Cola says, look, boycott us, we're just going to switch to automation? Or we're just going to do like other companies and bring a bunch of immigrants in from India to work here who appreciate working here. What would you do? You can't do anything. This is not your business. Listen, there are not that many blacks. Listen, black folks are legally in America. If they want a voter ID, we can go get the ID and go right on in. No black person can get on here. And Dennis, I would love for you to share the link for a person who can argue this point. No black person can get on here and tell me how the requirement for voter ID, which is just that you show your ID to vote. You just show that you have an ID to vote. No black person can argue how that impacts black people voting. Every black person has an ID, bro. To get a welfare check, to go even get a bank account. So you can go anything to go to the county office, you have to show an ID. So what part of requiring an ID to vote, right, has anything to do with us? It's not our business. It's not our business. If you don't have an ID, you're just stupid. You're just dumb. If you care about somebody requiring an ID for something, you're stupid because you got the ID. I know I got my ID is right inside here in my little pouch. Why would I go argue about somebody requiring some shit that I already got? To the point where I'm a boycott something. Do you realize Coca-Cola is all over the world? You boycotting them is not going to hurt them. How is Coca-Cola going to be impacted by being boycotted in Atlanta? They got Coca-Cola factories in Africa. They got Coca-Cola factories in China, Mexico. They don't need you. They can just take everything they're making where you at and go produce it somewhere else. Right or wrong, Dinus?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's to the point now. So Delta's headquartered here in Atlanta. And you have black people saying, yeah, man, yeah, Delta should move their head. Well, no. So at first, black people were threatening to boycott Delta. Then Delta came back and made a response objecting to this voter rights bill. So the Republicans here in Georgia threatened to cut. So I guess there's some bill or agreement that Delta has with Georgia that they don't have to pay taxes or something like that, or
Right.
some type of subsidy, and they threatened to cut it because of what Delta did. So now black people are like, yeah, well, the way to show these Georgia Republicans is to move Delta's headquarters. I'm like, you know how many jobs that's going to cost if they move their headquarters?
Bro, my friend, he moved from, listen, I have a friend, he moved from California. His name's G. He moved from California, Gerald. He moved from California, he moved to Atlanta. He was working at Delta at LAX in the baggage, part where they move the bags and stuff. He moved down there. At this point, that boy's been working at Delta for about, I have to say, going on 12 years, right? He's a career guy. He's there. Now, he's taking care of his family. He has his kids. He has a house. I think he owns 2 houses now. He's doing his thing. We're just going to say, fuck him, so we can side with the Democratic Party who ain't going to do shit for any of us once they get their way. Come on, y'all. Can't you see they trying to set it up so they can have every Mexican and illegal immigrant voting so they can get rid of your vote? That's it. Listen, let me talk to you guys. Let me put this pen down. Let me talk to you guys. Voter ID requirements actually help black people. Would you like me to explain why, Donis, how that helps us?
How?
It allows us to maintain the power with voting that we forfeited this last election. If they get it to the point where you do not have to show ID to vote, every Mexican and every immigrant going to be filling up the polls, the ballot box, even dead people. You're going to lose the little voting power that you have. So how does you voting against a voter ID, how does that help you get reparations? It doesn't. It just weakens you. So the question you have to ask is, why are black people fighting for policies that are going to weaken them? Why are we fighting? What up, Craven? Why are we fighting for policies that are going to weaken our position? It doesn't make sense, guys. It doesn't make sense. You guys are the same people who's going against us about Trump. Now you look stupid. It's okay. We still love you. We still here with you. But you're going to have to change your ways. You're going to have to change your thinking at some point. Because at some point, if you don't change your thinking, we're going to have to separate from you. We can't keep letting you guys weigh us down and screw us over to please a bunch of white folks who don't give a shit about you. You see Stacey Abrams' big butt. She couldn't even get the vice presidency. Look at all that work she put in for the Democratic Party. Somebody show me what White House position does Stacey Abrams hold right now. What White House position does Stacey Abrams hold right now, Dinas?
I don't think any White House position. I'm not sure any. I don't think any White House position.
But she gave Georgia to Joe Biden. Her, Dinas, right or wrong? Were Stacey Abrams' efforts to go out and get black people to vote, were those crucial in Biden's victory in Georgia? What is she getting repayment for, Dinas?
TV interviews.
Okay, so tell me, y'all doing the same thing. We're doing the same shit collectively. We out here working hard as hell and getting nothing in return. The Biden presidency, we understand y'all was confused. They got y'all scared. Trump, oh my God, what might happen? We get that. But fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, Stacey, look at y'all. She wants to be governor of Georgia. Don't you think if she was working in the White House, that would help her become governor of Georgia? If you go down from the White House to Georgia to be the governor, you a shoo-in. They're going to say, damn, she loves Georgia. She came up out the White House, right? She came up out the White House to run our state. No, she doesn't want to be governor of Georgia. That's what they told her. That's the best thing they can offer her. That's how you do realize that's how Democrats, that's how politicians choose what they're going to do. Their party says you have the strongest chance of winning here. And this is where we want you to run, and hopefully you can win. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When the Republicans chose Arnold Schwarzenegger to run for governor of California, that's the only state in the union where Arnold Schwarzenegger had a plan to win. I mean, how did they win?
Somebody in the chat room said that Raphael Warnock and Stacey Abrams are running in 2022.
For what?
I guess governor. I think governor here. The election for governor here in and I think the mayor is up in 2022 as well.
Right. Yeah. And Warnock, isn't Warnock a white man?
Black dude.
He black. Yeah, Warnock's running. So now when they run, you got more black people going against each other. And I don't think Stacey is going to win that. She's not a very strong candidate for anything, right? She's not. The vice presidency was something where they could have just sat her in there. I would have preferred Stacey Abrams over Kamala Harris. But they're like, you're not getting that. But what I'm talking about is you watching this show right now. Put Stacey Abrams to the side, put everybody to the side. What's your excuse? At least Stacey Abrams getting on TV. At least Stacey Abrams is, she gets to be big because she gets to eat real good every day. What are you getting out of it?
Because Brandon, we can't, man. We can't.
I'm big. I'm fat. A fat person can't talk about fat people. Damn, what is this? Man, look, she's at least getting something, a minimal, but she's getting something out of it. Y'all gonna have to tell me what are we getting? The nobodies, the little guys, the shots, the little shots. What are we getting out of it, y'all? We're not getting nothing out of it, but we're steady giving our support. We got one chin. Stacey got two chins. At least she got two chins.
Brandon, man, Brandon, we just. All right, the views and opinions of Pan-Africanism Strikes Back, Brandon, are not the views and opinions of Search for Uhuru. Okay, go ahead.
When they weight shame me, everybody in the comments laugh. And I talk about Stacey, the person don't give a shit about them. All of a sudden, they want to defend her. Okay, makes total sense, Dinus. Total sense. Total sense. I get it. We love that. But anyway, I mean, we gonna have to meet the people who know Stacey Abrams personally, because I just can't. I do a lot of research, and I just cannot see what this woman is doing for anybody black. I just can't see it. Right? I think. But go ahead and boycott. Go ahead and kill your own jobs. Go ahead and kill your own jobs so that Mexicans can come in and replace you as the number one voting class in Atlanta. Because that's literally what you're doing. You're killing your own jobs so another group can come replace you in the last black stronghold left, which is Atlanta. That's the last place for black folks, really. And that's the last place. That's where you could actually live and not get shot every day, No,
the actual murder rate in Atlanta last year,
But at least there's some positivity to balance it out. What's balancing out in Chicago? What's balancing out in Detroit? Nothing.
Yeah, but folks are still getting shot. Right. King Von got killed here.
Yeah, but come on, that's some beef that travel. But what I'm saying, Dinus, is you can go to Atlanta, and if you just avoid certain people in certain places, you don't have to worry about that, right or wrong?
Say that one more time.
You go to Atlanta, if you avoid certain people in certain places, you don't have to worry about getting shot.
Brandon, let me tell you something. So so I'm trying to give you an example in Atlanta. I mean, in LA. So there's a nice mall. It was at one time a luxury mall called Lenox Mall. Negroes then tore up Lenox Mall, having shootouts at Lenox Mall. Brandon, I don't know. There's not, Brandon. I mean, Lenox Mall was Lenox Mall, and you have Fibs across the street. Lenox Mall was the nice, luxury, upscale mall in Buckhead. Negroes is having shootouts at Lenox Mall.
That is terrible.
But, yeah, okay. I can't. So I don't know.
So do we think that this is going to get better or worse when we eliminate thousands of black jobs by boycotting Coca-Cola and Delta because they won't let Mexicans vote without ID? You think the crime rate going to go up or down?
It's going to go up.
Because you know that the crime rate directly correlates to the employment rate. More people are going to have to do crime because there's going to be less jobs. I'm trying to tell you guys,
Wait, hold on. Let me put this up here. Linux Mall look like South DeKalb Mall now.
Damn.
You gotta live in a. If you live in Atlanta, South DeKalb Mall, Greenbrier. Linux Mall is an upscale Greenbrier Mall. In fact, I feel safer at Greenbrier than Linux Mall. I feel safer at Greenbrier than Linux Mall.
I mean, I'm literally saying like.
In fact, hold on, let me back up. I feel safer at the flea market off of Gabi Road in Old National, the flea market off of Candler Road. I feel safer at the flea market off of Metropolitan than Lenox Mall.
Look, to Niger, he's forever the optimist. Other companies will fill the gap. Other companies will fill the gap.
So what company is going to fill Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola, exactly. Come on, Tunaja. I think he's just trying to get on the show, man.
Yeah, I think Tunaja, he doesn't know any better, man.
He was mad at me on my channel today because I was talking about
Coca-Cola is like the largest. Coca-Cola is like, I think, the largest employer in Georgia. Hold on, let me look it up.
I'm trying to tell you, it's huge. Coca-Cola is huge, and they're one of the only companies that's dumb enough to hire black folks. I'm telling you that. The other companies hire Mexicans now and Asians.
So, here we go. The largest employer in Georgia is Delta Airlines.
Damn, and they boycott.
They're talking about boycotting Delta. Let's see where Coca-Cola is on the list. I swear Coca-Cola. Hold on, let's see here. Delta. Let's see here. Coca-Cola got it. Oh, you trying to tell me Coke ain't in it? Hold on 1 second. Is it Delta, U.S. Army, Fort Stewart, Emory, Home Depot, University of Georgia, Lockheed?
Diners, put up table for one. Put up table for one's comment.
Hold on 1 second. Damn, Coke's not even. I don't believe that. So Coke's not even the top 25. But Delta's number one.
Table for one said, "Come on, Brandon. What's wrong with black people?" I'm explaining it to you. I've been here freaking 30 minutes explaining it to you. We are sick right now mentally. I'm not about to sit up and pat black people on the back for doing dumb shit. We have some good qualities. We do. We cook well. Shit like that. But I'm not going to sit up and act like ain't nothing wrong with the way we're thinking. Why the heck? Boycott is more effective than strikes. Not to Niger. Stop, dude. You just said stupid stuff now. I'm not calling you stupid because I know you're going to get sensitive, but you said silly shit. Why are they boycotting Niger? Look, can you let Niger on the show?
Yeah, I'll let Niger on. Niger, send me email Niger. Who ran search?
Send him an email Niger because he's going to get up here and explain to me how black people boycotting for Mexicans to have the right to vote is going to help us. I need to find one black person who don't got an ID, first of all. Because at one point they were saying they wanted you to have a special voter ID. Then they dialed that back and they were saying they just want you to show ID before you vote. Right, Dinus?
Right.
Okay. So whoever don't got an ID, right? Whatever black person is walking around without an ID, come show. Can you please send Dinus an email so that he can let you on the show, and you gonna explain to us why you ain't got an ID and how you don't got an ID vote is gonna help you. Like, there's no reason. It makes no sense. Like, we're grown. We shouldn't even have this. Shouldn't even be a discussion, bro. Like, my boo Angela Stan King said it. She said, how many Asian neighbor? How many? She said, name one black neighborhood that doesn't have an Asian run business. Now name one Asian neighborhood that doesn't have a black business. There's no black businesses in Asian neighborhoods, but every black neighborhood got an Asian business, but we're racist against Asians. What's your solution, Brandon? Solution. Question mark. I don't know what your name is. The solution is to stop being dumb. What do you mean? This is the most easiest solution. Just stop being dumb. You literally just look at the material. Look, my knuckles are ashy, bro. My knuckles, they're very ashy. But if I put lotion on them, look, if I put some lotion on them, they're no longer going to be ashy. Dinus, that is a benefit. Brandon, why did you go waste your money on lotion? So my knuckles cannot be ashy, okay? But if I take this lemon right here and put it on my knuckles, that's not going to help them not be ashy. So why would I go out and buy lemons if my knuckles are ashy? That's what black people do. We do something, but there's really no benefit to it. It doesn't really help us in any real way. Why are you boycotting? Oh, vote this, vote that. Why? You're doing it because the white people on TV told you to. They told their Bell Winch lady, they told her, this is what we got to do, Stace. We sending you up the A gap, looking like a fullback. You going to go to the A gap, and you going to make a hole for Giannis. Why you laughing at Stacy? I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing about her being big. They said you're going to make a hole for Dynasty. He's going to come through. We were in 31 trap. You feel me? She pulling guard. But what I'm saying is, there's a benefit. Come on, man. Damn. But so Shania Burns said she got to go, Dynasty. You agree with this? She mad.
No, I said the opinions and views of Pan-African.
Let her go, Dynasty. Let her go.
I gave her this.
Go. She needs to be gone. What? Listen, Dynasty, this is what I'm telling you. I get it. You like people. I like people too. But here's the thing. What good are people who have they're so soft? What good are they? When we get into some real stuff, what they gonna do? They gonna fold like a bad-handed cards, Dynasty. So it's better that they go now than sit up and make us think that they really down for us. I gotta go. He's talking about Stacy. What has Stacy done for you, Shania? Write it down. Take a picture. Send us a copy, screenshot of the email. What has she done for you other than sell you out? She hasn't even condemned what happened to George Floyd. Dynasty, has Stacey Abrams condemned what happened to George Floyd?
I have not heard her. No.
Not
that I know of. Not that I know of.
Because she wants them white votes in the next governor's election. She know if she speak out about what happened to George Floyd, she know she might as well kiss that governorship of Georgia goodbye. These people are puppets, dog. They can't do anything for you. You about to go give up your damn job and your paycheck to do the bidding of a puppet who's sitting up trying to support Mexicans coming in to push you out. Somebody get on here and explain it to me, because I don't understand. Dynasty, if they don't hop on here in 2 minutes, we go on to the next topic.
Okay, guys, listen. Send me an email, ahuru@searchforahuru.com, ahuru@searchforahuru.com. You can send me an email, ahuru@searchforahuru.com.
Now look, Shania gonna say, you think white folks like your black ass? Actually, I know white people don't like me, but I know they love Stacy. That's how I know Stacy don't like me either. Because what white person gonna love a black person who like black people? White people don't let black people come into their ranks to do shit for black people. You know that. Dr. Claude Anderson taught you that. It's called meritorious manumissions. The only reason she's allowed to be where she is because she has made a pact with them that she will never do anything to benefit you. That's why she's telling you, yeah, give up your job at Delta so the Mexicans can replace you as voters and then they can come take your jobs. It's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose situation. And y'all getting mad because I'm calling it out. Shania, I'm sorry, but your feelings, pick them up, like Jasmine Sullivan said. Pick them up. Because I don't care. I'm gonna tell you in the harshest way possible. Because I already know being nice to you is not gonna have no effect. It's not. You deserve to get this masculine energy in some man to tell you the truth. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna constantly tell you the truth. I'm not here to try to mess around with you, sleep with you. I'm just here to tell you the truth. So my daughter's 13 years old. She got more sense than a lot of black people, bro. I'm telling you. She got more sense than a lot of black grown folks. Because she says, Dad, why would look, let me tell you something, Dennis. My daughter was 7 years old, right? She was in school. They was like, oh, we're gonna do this candy drive. If you sell this much candy, you get this gifts, and they had the whole magazine and all types of crap. My daughter said, Dad, why would I sell candy and give the money to the school? If I sell the candy and keep the money, I could go buy all the stuff that they talk about they're gonna give us. 7 years old, Dinus. Mm-hmm. I knew I had me a little prodigy on my hands. There's some black people who grown 50 years old who don't even understand that basic concept. Why are you doing things for people who do nothing for you? Why are you helping people replace you? Why are you helping people replace you? Why would you give up your pay? I wouldn't give up a quarter for somebody to not have to show ID at the voting booth. I wouldn't. Because that helps me maintain the little power I got. But my daughter had that sense. A dog got that kind of sense. And somebody gonna say, what's wrong with black people? Dude, what do you mean? What's right with us? I'm right here in it with you. I'm suffering too. I gotta get Dinus. We gotta get a COVID vaccine passport now.
Right.
But did we vote for the guy who was supporting that?
No.
Exactly. But we gotta deal with the repercussions of y'all bad decisions. That's the reality. That's what's wrong. Me and Dinus told y'all the right thing to do. Y'all went on your own way, and now we have to live with that too. Like it or not, we're basically yoked we're tied at the hip. We're tied at the hip to you. And while we like, come on, y'all, let's go this way where we can go get some food. They giving out cheddar, they giving out cornbread and collard greens this way. Y'all like, nah, Master said we gotta work a little bit longer. We trying to go to the big house to go steal the cornbread, and y'all over talking about, nah, Master said we got to put in 3 more hours in the field. We're tied to you guys. So what you do impacts us. Oh, yeah, Jay Black, you know about that Black-Brown coalition. I ain't never seen a Mexican boycott nothing. Listen, Dinus, I have never seen a Mexican offer to give up their job on behalf of black people. I live in California. I have never seen a Mexican jeopardize their job to defend a black person. And here we got black people talking about they're not going to go to work for the #1 employer in Atlanta, in Georgia or something, of black people to help some Mexican people have the right to vote, some illegal immigrants. Yes, exactly, Chanel. This is what the Democrats wanted. This is what the Democrats wanted. They got us thrilled to death about weakening our position. And we haven't got nothing. George Floyd's trial is going on right now when everybody knows that what happened to that man was wrong. That was like the Rodney King beating. We all knew it was wrong. What happened? They said not guilty. Y'all tore up your own neighborhoods, and now what? What did you get for it? Nothing. We're doing a repeat of the same shit. Why was it George Floyd? Why was George Floyd the one that made you so mad to where you decide you want to get up and go do something? There's thousands. Tamir Rice was a kid, innocent. That should have made you mad enough to go burn something down. The reason why George Floyd...
Hold on. I was more pissed off about Tamir Rice than any of them.
Yeah, I don't really even give a damn about George Floyd, honestly. Tamir Rice was the one that was really wrong. That one didn't make us mad because that's not the one that they chose to use to make us mad. They're purposely putting this George Floyd stuff in front of you to make you pissed off. And it shames you. Oh, look how mad they got over a drug addict. They don't even know who this guy was. This guy wasn't doing nothing nice. This guy, this and that.
No, but you just said something, Brandon. I'm still trying to figure out why people weren't outraged about Tamir Rice was the worst. I mean, that
because the white man didn't tell him to get mad, Dinus. The white man got to tell us to get mad. It's like one of my dogs out there. They totally friendly until I tell them to attack you. Then they gonna go bite you. That's what we are. We are an attack dog. We friendly until the white man say, hey, Negroes, get mad.
Yo, Niger. To Niger.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me. Brandon, come on. You need to take it easy on your people. You can't be just having a go constantly about stuff while you make excuses for other groups. That's not how it's supposed to be.
So tell me what taking it easy on my people is going to do?
Taking it on your people, easy on your people, you don't divide them, for one. If you keep insulting people, you're going to divide them. You're not going to get anything done.
So I'm dividing black people.
Yes. If you keep insulting them like that, yes. People like you do that.
So black people wasn't divided until I got on the internet.
It doesn't help that you add to the ingredient. If the divisive ones go, see, the point is you can't, two wrongs will not make it right. Just because some other person does something wrong doesn't mean you should amplify it too. Just because you are used to it. I'm not see some of your points. I agree with your point in terms of if we get registration, there's some advantage in that. If we can get our people registered, there's some advantage because the other groups that are coming in now will be behind. I've always said it. Our people should be leaving the living support for government. They should be moving on up in society. I agree with that part of your argument, but this thing where you go about bashing our people is not proper.
But we're already registered to Niger. What I'm saying is, why should black people boycott the company that hires the most black people in Georgia, right? Why should we boycott them to help Mexican people be able to vote with no ID?
I don't expect them to be doing this for Mexicans. If they are doing it for Mexicans, that is wrong. I don't think because they are not doing it for us.
Why are we doing it? So explain to me why we're doing it then.
I take it that they are doing it for their own distinct interests, that black people are going to be affected.
So Niger, do you live in America?
I don't live in the US, no.
Okay, you where do you live? Where do you live?
United Kingdom.
Okay, in the UK. Do you have an ID?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. So why would you who have an ID not show up to your damn job to go boycott for someone who doesn't have ID to be able to vote? Shouldn't every citizen have an ID?
Not all of them do. You have to know that there are elderly people out there, and those are the people that actually really vote. People like young people don't vote that have the ID. The elderly ones that don't have it, they are the ones that don't vote. And remember, getting an ID is not that straightforward. If you need an ID, you have to get a lot of documents together.
No,
it costs money.
You don't. No, you
come on.
You have to have your birth certificate. You have to have your NI. You have to have several things. I know how what it takes to get the business passport.
No, you don't. All you gotta do is just take your birth certificate down there and get your ID.
That's it. And look, this is the thing. If you've ever had an ID before, all you gotta do is go to DMV because you just do a renewal. They don't need nothing after you've had an ID. They got you on record. They got your information. You literally just fill out a piece of paper, give it to them, and they mail you a new ID. Let's be realistic, Niger. This is so that immigrants can go vote. Immigrants can go vote, right? And it can water down the black vote. That's what this is. But
you know what's crazy? So they'll make excuses as far as black people and not able to obtain an ID, but they will support you and root you on and encourage you to stand in line, rain, sleet, and snow for 24 damn hours to vote, but then say you can't get ID.
I think Stacey Abrams has made her peace with the fact that the law has been passed. She actually said it that people need to start getting their IDs and they need to start preparing for whatever. Because if they set a barrier for you to vote, you do stuff to cross it. You see, this is historical. This is not something that just started today. You know, before now they use all this type of method to deprive us of voting. This is not new. So when they do they just voted how many months ago, and the first thing they did was to start passing these laws.
That's okay.
That tells you why they are doing it.
No, it tells you that they're trying to win something you're not trying to do. You trying to get accepted. You're trying to get accepted. Listen. You're trying to gain acceptance while white people is trying to win. What? Listen, you ever heard the term?
That is what you are doing, actually. You're trying to get accepted.
Dinus, you play football, right? You remember when they used to say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying?
No, we didn't say that in football.
No, they said that. That's a football thing. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. White people are trying to win the political war. Black people are trying to gain acceptance from certain groups of white people. What acceptance? I'm the king of unpopular opinion. So clearly being accepted has no bearing on anything I do or say. I said I don't give a damn about George Floyd. Some lady said, what do you mean by that? Did you hear me correctly? Do you speak English? I don't give a damn about George Floyd. Why? George Floyd didn't give a damn about me, black people, the black cause, nothing. So why am I going to waste my time crying over some dude who would have watched me get killed while he walked off with his white woman? Y'all damn, y'all letting them gear y'all emotionally towards a dude who didn't give two shits about you. I'm past that. We did that with Rodney King. Once you experience it, you shouldn't get duped into it again. I'm not talking down on you. I'm trying to talk to you like an adult, but because we like to have a childlike mindset, we get offended by logical thinking. Why would I care about somebody who doesn't care about me or my people? George Floyd.
Yo, this is hella random though. So I keep seeing these articles, right, about black, and you know, and in fact, I want a black woman because I want a black woman who's in. Jesse, I'm gonna let you on, bro. I'm gonna let you on, Jesse. I want a sister. I want a sister who's in the chat room to come on and explain this because I don't see any other group of people, anyone else, any other group of people that this happens to. Whenever a black single mother launches a business, they always put, you know, single mother launches black-owned winery in Charlotte. It's always single mother when it comes to black women. Whenever, guys, excuse me, I got the hiccups out of nowhere. Whenever they accomplish something, they're always gonna throw in a single mother. Can somebody explain that? Like later, after later. It's crazy. But they only do this with black women. They only do this with black women. They're quick to point out if they're single mothers or not. But go ahead.
I think they are doing it to inspire other single mothers to do it, saying that if you're a single mother, you can still accomplish this. That's the point.
You completely missed the point. They don't do this with any other race of people.
I get that. They don't do it. It's the truth of the situation now. They don't do it with other people. They do it to us because we are easy targets on these things because they assume that the fathers are not at home most of the time. This is why they do these things. You know, that for us, we just need to start changing the narrative. That is what we should be doing instead of us tearing each other down. My concern is that Brandon goes around. The other day I asked him, how is it that you are openly supporting a white guy? But I never hear you talking good about any black guy. And I asked him, do you support any black person, any black leader that has any chance of making any change? He says none. Is that, can you see that type of gap?
Tell me the black leader I should support to Nigel, and I'll support him.
No, I can't make up, I can't make up your leanings. You have to choose your own.
Who's the black leader I should, Dynas. Do I support Dynas?
Yeah.
I support Nakmeezy. I support every black person who I view as a leader. The problem is the people who you.
But you didn't mention them.
Stop. The problem is the people who you look at as leadership are not the people I look at as leadership. So you're saying I don't support them, but I send so much money to different people who I feel are true leaders. You want a nigga that's on TV. You want me to go send my money to somebody who on TV, who the white man spread around to you. Don't tell me who and what I support. I support plenty. I support more than you do. I guarantee
I didn't specify whether they are on TV. I just said, do you support any black leader? You said none.
Do you support Dynas or not?
Of course I support Dynas. I don't support his political views, but I support him. Why do you think I'm here? I've supported Dynas from the moment he started walking children, going to school, into the school to teach children about Africa and all the rest of it. So don't tell me about not supporting my own people. I don't go about tearing people down. What you do is creating division instead. That's my point. Because you say you love Trump so much. Let me give you instances. Do you know that Trump appointed 53 judges that will be there for life? Not one black person among them. You know how much effort it takes to avoid a black judge out of 53. Only one Hispanic among them.
Bro,
do you know how much effort it takes? These are life positions.
What does that have to do with anything that concerns us, bro? We got black.
Because you are telling us to support him while you are knocking down every black leader out there.
He's no longer president. So why would I tell you to support him? Trumpism, he's done. He's gone. What are you?
We're not saying that before.
Listen. What I'm doing is, and clearly, I understand you Africans, so sometimes y'all struggle with context. What I'm doing is saying this. I'm saying, look at your past mistakes, use them, learn from them, so that going forward, you don't make the same mistakes you made in the past. Trump is just a lesson. You can't support him anymore. He's no longer president. He'll never get elected again. All I'm telling you is,
you voted for him. And you wanted us to vote for him.
What?
You voted for him and you support him, and you still supported him even the last time we had this discussion. You said Trump is better than every one of us. That is smart and is smarter than us.
Listen, I voted for him. He didn't win. That's the end of it. Why is it more than that? Now I'm saying, look at the mistake. Now I'm saying, look at who y'all voted for and look what's going on. Just like if Trump got reelected, y'all would be saying, yo, look at you voted for Trump and look what he's doing. So now I'm saying, you voted for Biden. Look what he's doing.
I'm not going to criticize it based on politics, because I've decided that everybody has their own political opinions. But what I care about is when our people are tearing our own down, and they find it easy to support other groups. You didn't even mention Herman Cain. That is part of the political party that you ascribe to. I don't get that.
Herman Cain is dead.
There are other black Republicans,
and I support them.
But you never mentioned them when I asked you. You never mentioned them, but you tear down every single one.
No. The thing is, when we mention them, like Ben Carson, we mention them, they were called coons.
No, maybe you do. Brandon doesn't.
Right now, Vernon Jones is the best, most dynamic black politician in America right now.
No. Hold on. Let me interject real quick. Not too, Nigel. Brandon is always talking about Angela Stanton King.
Always.
I asked him, why didn't he mention it? You see, that's what bothered me, because on that day he didn't mention it.
Listen, I mentioned Angela Stanton King. I called her my boo, my baby. I'm in her today, and I'm gonna have lunch with her when she comes to LA. She's gonna be on her way to LA, and I already did set that up. You can't try me from across the pond, bro.
Then if you couldn't mention it on that day, it means it was so far back at your mind, because I gave you time. I said, I'm waiting. Just take your time. Give me names of black leaders that you support. He didn't give me when he came back, he said, I don't support any. What am I supposed to make of that? And you are telling us to vote for Trump, to support Trump, then you go around tearing everybody else down.
Hey, Angela Stanton is a Trump supporter. She's an avid Trump supporter. So what? So you like Angela, but you don't like Trump. See, you're not making no sense right now, bro. You just jumping around because she is the #1 Trump supporter, and you talk about I don't support. Do you know I donated like $1,000 to Angela's campaign, and she lost? Do you know, bro? Get the fuck out, bro. Listen.
See, if you had just said you supported one, I would have said, okay, this guy at least supports our own people. He said none.
All right, hey, Jesse, let me get Jesse. Go ahead, Jesse. Let me meet yourself, Jesse.
Go ahead, Jesse.
What's going on, everyone?
What's up, man?
First and foremost, fresh out of Sierra Leone, mask on deck, man. Appreciate all your help, Dynas, while I was over there.
No problem.
I've heard a few of your podcasts, man. Thanks for everything that you guys are doing and bringing younger brothers like myself into the light. First thing I want to start with the previous caller. Since 1789, we've had federal appointed judges. And so in both political parties, they've had a chance to appoint judges. Somehow there's a coincidence that, the caller was talking about, Trump, we have to play the game. He put all these judges in. And all I have to say is, brother, we've had white people, black people with Obama now putting in judges in 1789, and the black predicament in America is still the same. So I first want to start there. And then I want to get into the caller also. Me having gone to predominantly white institutions most of my life, there is a way that we have perfected in the Western culture, European cultures particularly, on how to create a bourgeoisie class. And it all starts with niggas who think that we got to play the long game. We got to play the game. But if we come over here and we're political, and then 100 years later, it's all a lie. Really what's happening is it's an artificial class that was created during slavery. I just came from Sierra Leone. So this actually started before we even got deep into this country. The science of incarceration, the science of division, Europeans perfected this hundreds and hundreds of years ago. So it's just crazy to hear us still having these. Really, brother, what is happening is there are a few key house nigga positions, and then there are a lot of bourgeoisie black people who are fighting for those positions. So every day of your life, you know, you're trying to show that I'm on code. I'm one of the good ones. Give me the good job. Give me these ignorant niggas just don't know how to play the game. And then you go and do a Black History Month. And what once again, it's really the illusion of inclusion. And at this point, brothers, Brandon, I hear a lot of what you've spoken about. But at this point, with our generation, man, we have to go ahead and develop a power base where at least we have to affect the youth that are coming up. So our brightest and most educated, a lot of times we do end up in predominantly white institutions. And one of the things that I challenge our generation to do is create different decision making. You know, if we can catch a 19-year-old who has a 34 on the ACT, who can get into a premier school, bring him to our company to do his internship and make $5,000 a month. When he graduates, bring him to our company where we can start him off paying a decent wage, where he doesn't feel or she doesn't feel this pressure to buy in. So on one hand, you know, I could get on here and just go into house nigga bashing and bourgeoisie nigga bashing. But at the end of the day, we're all influenced by decision making. And, you know, for most of us who have gotten, you know, quote unquote, these educations, and we have these, you know, good corporate jobs or whatever that even means at this point. But at the end of the day, those decision making skills start when we're really young. And it's the TV. It's our teachers in school. They start to give you hints. White people or America, that we've learned how to all get on code to tell you these are the personalities that we like. So it's no, you know, back in the 70s, 80s, or even before, it's so funny how we couldn't get all these white people in the room to help get brothers who were being, you know, disproportionately convicted and all this stuff. But when it's time for a young man to put a dress on and walk through the streets in a parade, all of a sudden we have all this white support. So it seems to me, even when Dynas mentioned, I think he said something along the lines of single black mothers being highlighted. That distinction specifically, when a black woman does something, it's highlighted her distinction as being single. How many single white mothers are out here starting companies, but when they come, that's not even a discussion. And I think that gets back to we have an open air enemy, and at every step of the way, they're going to do everything. So now we have an entire generation of black women who they'll lead with it. I'm a feminist. Once again, do I want to see women have equal opportunities? Of course. Do I want to, God willing, I have a daughter one day. Do I want to see her have every opportunity as any man and it be merit-based? Of course. But at the same time, if we don't have a family structure and we don't have anything, you can do all you want to in your life. You can make all, you know, do all these things. But if when you die and your child is not carrying on the torch, and in this case, the torch is freedom, justice, and equality, we have nothing. And so these are just all the subtle cues. When black women are caught up, or when our black brothers are caught up, or we're going through relationship issues, a black woman has said in a heartbeat, I don't need no nigga. I can do better by myself. I can raise my child all by myself. And then, God forbid, I hope I'm not offending anyone. There is no question in my mind that type of logic in 2021 is why we have so many black men, LGBT, whatever. That's why we have that right now. So we're dealing with we're dealing with something that's satanic. And when I was in Africa, it was so disappointing to see so many of the youth. I couldn't find somebody under the age of 25 with traditional garments on. They're westernized. They found out I was from Black America. They trying to spit rap lines. My nigga. And at the same time, I could still see, you know, there's so much opportunity over there. But just getting back to everything that's going on with George Floyd and all that, and we're getting into some of the systemic racist issues here in America. My deal is we've written enough books about it, and I'm at a place now where I just want to connect with other brothers where we can learn the science of building a power base. And that's so if we do have to get in or use the current political system here in the U.S., we're not doing it from a position of, please give me a seat at the table, throw me some crumbs. We're doing it from a position of, we've built our own house. You know, we're neighbors now. And, you know, if you do this, we have ways. We may be smaller in number, at least in this country, but we've put together ways, especially economically, where we can put pressure on you politically. And that's where I'm at now. I'm so tired of I live in Austin, Texas. I am so, and this is the home of house niggas. I hate to say it. Austin has gone through so much gentrification. No, this is it. This is ground zero for the, well, you know, black people don't, I mean, these are other black people. We'll whisper to each other. You know, our brothers and sisters don't know how to act. You know, we got to carry the torch for all of us. These niggas this, these niggas that. And then they'll go right to a DNC party. My own fraternity brothers, you know, when I told them that, look, I want to do something, I would like to have a committee where I could do something different. Because when we talk about politics, we, by default, that just means that we're secretly dog whispering to the Democratic Party. And then whenever someone who wants to do something different, yeah.
Jesse, don't get on here and say you're a Trump supporter. Because if you get on here and say you support Trump, they going to discredit everything you said. Everything you said ain't going to matter if you say you a conservative. That's how we think.
At the end of the day, I'll support anyone. We have to have an agenda. Ice Cube, even though this hasn't been talked to since the election, the whole Ice Cube, what he was pushing for with the contract with Black America, I'm still on that, man. Listen, if we can get enough strong Black families, I didn't say families, people, Black men and women who believe in coming together, building a strong family structure, making sure that our kids get the best possible education and build ourselves up economically, whoever we can make down our list of things that we care about, that we think that will help us both domestically and internationally, whoever is willing to come to us and deal with us on those terms, then let's do it. But as far as let's just get part, if what is something that house niggas say all the time? Let me see. I live in Austin, so it's not too hard. If you're not at the table, you're on the dinner plate. All this type, these little.
Need a seat at the table. Need a seat at the table.
But look, Dennis, that's what.
You're just young and ignorant. You don't understand the game. Go ahead.
Somebody told me in the comments, why you shake your head? Yes, Brandon. He talked about you. That shows you how dumb people are. He's agreeing with me. He doesn't have the same delivery as I do, but he's agreeing with me. Some of y'all are so dumb, y'all can't even understand the context of which stuff is being said. Tonight just sound like a 1960s civil rights leader. Oh, just wait, just keep on hope alive, and eventually they're gonna deliver you something. And me, I live this shit. He's not from here. He lives wherever he lives at. He haven't lived this. He's still looking at it from the outside. Like, it's like somebody, you ever have somebody, somebody's working on a car and there's somebody standing by him who don't know shit about working on cars, but they sitting there saying, why don't you just do this? And you could just do this. And you know that they don't understand the way that this thing works. Right. So they're just like when I teach jujitsu and I get the white guy or the black guy who used to play football who comes in and says, well, if you do this, you could just do this. And then he realized that don't work, but I just understand he don't know shit about jiu-jitsu, so he just don't know. That's how Tunai just doing. Oh, well, you should just do this. No,
you just started with insulting the people in the chat again. I see. This is the thing. You calling them dumb. You calling people dumb all over the place. There is no need to be calling people dumb. And okay, Jesse, what Jesse said was quite correct. Most of the things you say, Brandon, is actually accurate. But you defeat yourself.
Nigel, when someone says something dumb, I'm gonna call them dumb. When someone says, Brandon,
you can easily say they're incorrect.
Stop. When someone says, Brandon, why are you shaking your head? Yes, when he's talking about you, saying that he's disagreeing. Yes, you're dumb because clearly he is agreeing with me. So that person needs to stop being dumb and go assess why they can't understand the context. You don't want me to call somebody dumb for doing something dumb, bro. If somebody shoots somebody, I'm like, bro, why would somebody who look like you? I'm not gonna be like, now, baby. Look, our mothers do that. Our mothers, it's a mother's job to coddle a grown person and a kid. I'm not your mom. I'm a man just like you. Your boss at work gonna be like, dude, that was some dumb shit you just did. You know what your dog ass gonna do? You gonna go right to work? Yes, sir, boss. Yes, sir. You ain't gonna quit your job. Don't come after for me over shit that you ain't gonna quit your job for. That's all I'm telling you. This is the real world.
This is the real world. I play devil's advocate for one moment. Now, Brandon, I have to say this, and I think that possibly I'll give Naja the benefit of the doubt and play devil's advocate. Now, having just been in Sierra Leone myself, there are a lot of sisters and brothers over there. They'll do anything to get into the U.S. or get into a European country just because of the standard of living that we have here versus to where a lot of brothers and sisters have. So the devil's advocate position is, and even some of like maybe even a semi-white supremacist position would be, well, listen, you're talking so bad about us and everything that we're doing so wrong, but we're still number one in the world. And by number one, clearly education we've fallen off, so that doesn't hold water. And even economically, the debt that we're going into. But as far as paved roads, wastewater treatment plants, infrastructure, Brandon, what say you? I mean, if you know, how do you put all that in? How do you put all that into context?
Jesse, the niggas are dumb, bro. I'm telling you, it's dumb Africans, just like it's dumb African Americans. Black people worldwide are goofy as hell, bro. And I'm not talking about, I'm a part of y'all too. We be on some dumb shit. A dude walking up to you talking about my nigga and rapping a rap song to you.
That happened to me,
bro. He's dumb.
On several occasions.
When you go to a place where there's middle class Africans with some damn class, they're not going to walk up doing that. So the dude doing that is ignorant, right? We have to realize a large portion of our people are ignorant. If you don't realize, you're just going to become a victim. Like, okay, you live in Austin, Texas. There's certain neighborhoods you know you shouldn't be going to, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because there's a bunch of dumb, ignorant niggas in those neighborhoods who will try to do harm to you because they're jealous and insecure and they're retarded, right? So, no, but what we're going to do is go deal with them with kid gloves, right?
Kid gloves. So by insulting them, you're going to get them to follow you.
Don't worry, Ray. It's all good, man. Don't worry. No, when he pulls out the gun and blows your brains out, you're going to be dumb because you went to go interact with somebody dumb, not accepting reality to Niger. Reality.
Nobody asked you. See, look at how you are describing human beings that have lived a terrible life to be the kind of people you go for. That's not the point. You say you want to be like the Chinese. You want to be on code. How do you get on code? How many times have you had the Chinese people destroying their own like that publicly?
No,
they stabbed They stabbed an Asian guy recently. They stabbed an Asian guy recently, and it raised almost 1 million within 24 hours. How do you think that happens? Because people are on code. They are not busy insulting each other, dividing each other constantly. The other day, very little thing that happened between Roland and the young man, the whole community started tearing each other apart. What I saw there was what was wrong with our society, our community. We tear each other apart for the slightest reason.
We're not
Trump is not perfect. Trump was never perfect, yet he was almost re-elected.
Hold on, bro.
He was almost re-elected. Why do you expect your own people to be perfect?
Elijah, just because you get upset doesn't mean it's going to change the point. True. If we were in China, bro, they would imprison the dumb people. That's what they do. Chinese take the people who are socially undesirable and they lock them away. That's what they do. Right or wrong?
They lock them away. They lock quite a lot of people away.
The Chinese, all those different tribes, right? And the Hans take those people. They have let me teach these people something. China has
US has more prisoners than China. Just in case you clear that one first.
Bro. You don't want to listen. You just want to jump around. The US that you're telling us all to wait for to accept this. Listen, China has a social hierarchy, bro. Do you know that people who the government deems undesirable, they have a social rating system that's very low. They can rate you so low that you can't even use public transportation. You can't even leave your neighborhood. There's a guy, I do jujitsu, right? There's a guy who went around exposing fake kung fu masters in China. I forgot his name, but he went around exposing fake kung fu masters in China. Basically just beating them up, showing that the shit that they was trying to do doesn't work. That guy was a rich person. He was rich. Do you know they dropped his social rating so low that guy can't even get on the train anymore and he can't even leave his neighborhood? Don't tell me about China, dog. You don't want me to do what every other country that has made progress does to its people. They separate the people who don't want to do better from the people who do. And the people who do go and move forward and make progress. And the people who don't want to do no better, they go live in the slums and in the
But they are not
projects.
online insulting each other.
Where you go with the bullshit? Come on, bro.
They are not
All right.
online tearing each other down. That's my
All right, man.
point.
All right.
I might agree with what you said. See, that's why I say I agree with a lot of things you say, but most of the things you say, you are in your own way by just insulting and just saying
You're
things
not
carelessly.
making a point, Brent. You said, Brandon,
My
be
point
nice.
is that
You're
see,
just telling me to be nicer.
you blew my mind. You blew my mind recently. The other day, you blew my mind when you couldn't mention one black leader and you spent the whole day talking about how we should support Trump. That blew my mind.
Dinus, answer me one question, Dinus. Where have we progressed to being nice to black people? What have black people ever done based on people being nice to Dinus? Tell me.
We regressed.
Exactly, because we're too nice. We let a bunch of losers and ignorant people dictate our narrative because we don't relegate them to where they're supposed to be at the bottom. You go to a meeting, right? Remember back in the day, Duns? Yeah, we need to build this stuff. So we would have meetings. You know how people would have those like black woke people meetings, right? The meetings make no progress because every dumbass is given a chance to speak. And the dumbasses are usually, they're the ones who want to take the floor the most. That's why we don't make progress. We put dummies like Cornel West up in front of the world to embarrass us. Michael Eric Dyson embarrass us. Roland Martin embarrassing us. Those dudes are dummies. But we worship those idiots.
They are dummies.
They're dumb. They're dumb. They're dumb.
Somehow you just seem to have gotten the limelight of wisdom somewhere. I don't know where you got the secret of wisdom that makes you think you know what wisdom truly is. People are doing what they know to be right, and you're calling them dumb. That is not wise.
Listen, you don't need wisdom to look at something that somebody do and look at the results of it and determine based on the results that it don't work. When somebody
do you know the results? Do you know what Roland Martin was just doing? I heard him talking about today. Do you even know?
I don't care what Roland Martin.
Yeah, do you know what he was doing today? You don't know what you're calling him dumb.
So
he's
Nigel,
actually bringing
Roland Martin.
Let me tell you something too, Nigel. Never forget. The only reason you're on here right now, even able to express your opinion, is because I asked Dinus to give you that opportunity. So while you're sitting
up, if you don't want to listen, don't listen. It's not by force. Carry on with that ignorance. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. It's not by force. You don't have to listen to me.
No, why would I insult my daughter? She's a kid. Somebody said I'm insult. I would insult her.
Hold on, stop. To Nigel, Roland Martin.
Dude,
yes. Do you know what he was doing today?
What was he doing?
They were talking about getting 200 million from GE to the black media. 200 million every year.
Oh my God, to Nigel, dude, stop. To Nigel, stop.
Trump gets offering 500 billion.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
in 10 years it's gonna be 2 billion.
I got it. Oh man.
Hold on. What's it, Jesse?
Is it a lie or something? I don't get it. Is it a lie?
To Nigel, dude, you act like that's something revolutionary. Black people have been begging.
That's just one thing that he's doing today. I'm telling you that what he's doing today. Why do you just regard everything as nothing? Then what have you done? Have you provided 200 million to black media? Do you know what that 200 million for your channel?
We can get on here and talk about anything. Talk is cheap, dog. What is he doing?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I want Coke to give Pan-Africanism Strikes Back $200 million. Bam.
Yeah, we talking about it. Hey, throw your hands up. We talking
they
about
won't listen to you. They listen to him.
In the meantime,
hold on. To Nigel, how old are you, brother? How old are you?
Gotta be over 50.
40s. No, I'm not over 50. Come on. Don't be silly.
Hold on, Nigel. You can't be this naive, bro. I mean,
I'm not naive. I'm talking. See, sometimes I follow facts. These are facts. We are not talking. Why would Trump promise you something, you believe him, but when Roland Martin says the same thing, you say no? This is my problem. We don't believe our own black person.
No,
we believe every other person.
No.
Roland Martin is a proven sellout.
Brothers, it's called trickology, brothers. It's called trickology. Yeah, it's called trickology. And one of the things that white people specialize in is they specialize in mixing the truth with lies. So, brother, Tunaja, you are correct. the disconnect to Niger that's happening is Brandon and Brother Dynas, they're rolling their eyes or they're giving you that look because we know that it's trickology. So even though you're talking about where Roland Martin is talking about 200 million, what if GE does put up 200 million to a few of their cronies or house niggas that might get a few of the crumbs? The overall system that we live in is still going to be the same. It's a deflection.
See, I agree with you on that one. See, when Brandon say we have been too nice, you see, when Brandon says that we have been too nice, I agree with that. Maybe we have been too nice to other communities. That's our problem. We have not been nice to ourselves. Actually, we have been too nice to other people. That's the difference. We should be more strict about these things.
Niger, every black person, listen to what I'm telling you, please, so you can learn something. Every black person who has ever tried to do anything on a major scale has been betrayed by who? Another community or another black person. That's because we too nice. If we started lopping niggas' heads off for showing the smallest sign of traitor, being a traitor, you gonna have some loyal people on your side. Look at those.
Hey, Brandon.
Oh, no, hold on. Let Two Magic. Sorry, Brandon. Let Two Magic.
Hey, Brandon. I kind of agree with your point, but I'm going to frame it differently. We're not too nice. We're too naive. That's what it is. To Niger, you came on here stating that Trump did not appoint any black judges. Do you have your sources for that information? Because
yes.
Where did you find out?
Online here. Let me tell you
the
type of judges. Federal Appeals Court judges. Check it out yourself. You're
talking about federal judges. Check the Pew Research.
Federal judges are lifetime judges.
This is not the beer parlor. Let's just talk. It's 9 judges that Trump appointed. 9 judges, 9 Hispanics. Go to Pew Research and check yourself. I've heard this several times from many Nigerians, and they have no information. The same way I heard the Nigerian debating with me saying that Kamala Harris is okay because she at least voted for the Obamacare, and Kamala Harris wasn't even in Senate at that time. This is the problem I have with many Nigerians in the diaspora. You all go with all this information and you argue so passionately. I wish you all had that energy to put into Nigerian politics and change the.
Repeat what you said.
It's on Bloomberg law. Bloomberg law. Are you telling me Bloomberg is a fake news channel?
If you know what Bloomberg is and you know the bias of.
Oh my God!
Nice no, bias. Don't say oh my God. There's no God in this, too, Niger. If you know what Bloomberg is all about, there are certain publications that you know where they tilt to. You know they tilt towards to. If you live in the UK, you know the Tories, you know the Labour Party. They have their own media that has bias towards them. If I ask you, which party did you vote for in the UK elections? Which party did you vote for, Tunaja?
Labour.
Labour. Why? Why did you vote for the Labour Party?
Because they are the lesser of two evils.
Oh. That's the same logic that I heard people say in this past election, the lesser of two evils. What is the lesser of two evils? Did you vote in Nigeria? Did you support anyone in Nigeria?
No, I supported Buhari, but I didn't vote.
Why did you support Buhari? Is Buhari a good president in your opinion?
See, this world, you negotiate your way through lesser of two evils every day.
You will keep living in an evil society then.
No, you don't. See, some of the things you are saying, you are moving from one point to another. I gave you specific facts. You came here to dismiss it as if it's not true. It's a fact. There's a reason. See, let me tell you something. There's a reason why white supremacists are supporting Trump. They fear they are losing their country. That's what they say when they march. What do you think Trump is doing? Trump came in to cement their control of the country for 40 to 50 years in the future. That's why they made so much effort to appoint all these judges, Supreme Court judges. Why do you think they do these things? You don't know the game that is being played.
To Niger, it's a game that is played with you also. If you ended up in the UK and you left Nigeria, it's because of white supremacy also. The hand of white supremacy is in Nigeria itself.
Of course.
So that's why you left. And then you also playing the local white supremacy game in the UK. You left the Nigerian one, you come into the UK, you play that white supremacy game, lesser of two evil. When do you plan to return to Nigeria?
Never.
Come on.
When last were you in Nigeria? When last were you in Nigeria?
That guy.
When last were you in Nigeria?
See, I've been traveling to Nigeria, so I don't want to, but quite recently, and if when the time is right, I will return. See,
The
I'm one of those
time
people
is
that
right.
see. Let me tell you something. I'm not
Where's your
trying
timeline? You
to
can't.
toot my own
Sunaja,
horn here.
you can't say that when the time is right. That time might never be right. What is your own timeline? Because you have to make it for your own time. You are your own person.
See, I have my own arrangements that I'm making, just like everyone else is doing their own. When my time is right, I will go. I'm not just going to just disadvantage myself, just go and just wreck my whole arrangement just because I'm passionate. You have to do it right,
No, I never
because
said.
there are other people involved.
I never said you should wreck yourself. I'm just saying that you have a plan already, right?
Yes.
What does that plan? Does that plan include a timeline? Because
Yes, of
if you have a
course.
plan, of course, yeah. So when is your notional time to?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to disclose it on the internet. Sorry.
Oh,
Hey, listen,
See,
Sniper. I just
why
put
are
the
you
link.
laughing? I don't even
Hey,
show my face for crying
hey,
out loud.
I
You tell me
put
I want to tell you my business on the internet. Come on.
Tunija, I put the link in the comments where you're wrong. Trump appointed 8 black federal judges. I already put that link there. You were wrong on that. Then on top of this, see, you're telling me,
I'm not
Brandon,
wrong,
you gotta be nice.
actually.
Look, you're like, Brandon, you gotta be nicer. You gotta be nicer. You gotta be nicer. See, I'm mean because of people like you. Because you're just on the wait, let me finish. Well, listen, because you're not the first version of yourself. Right? You ever saw the movie The Matrix? This is not the first version of The Matrix. You're not the first version of yourself. There's been many people like you. African Americans created people like you who just sit around and they're on some go along to get along shit and don't talk too harshly and all this stuff. It's like not my little brother, my uncle. My uncle, my grandma was always babying his ass. She babied him when he was little. She babied him when he was a teenager. She babied him when he was a grown man. What turned out of it? Nothing. Been to jail a bunch of times, been to prison a bunch of times, got kids in every state in America that he don't take care of. Why? Because she always was babying his ass, right? Now me, I got it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? Everybody came at me harsh because I was like how I am now when I was little. But look at what it created. It created someone who's accountable for what he does. The more nice you are to black people when they do dumb shit, all you're doing is helping them avoid accountability. We got enough people being nice to black people. Every white person who want to keep us down is being nice to us. Joe Biden got on stage and talked to black people real nice. Black people, this and that, they're real soft, right? Even when he said anything slightly negative, he came back, I apologize, I misspoke, I'm a gapper sheet. The people coming to you with the nice shit, those are the people going to stab you in the back at the end of the day. The person giving you facts, that's the person trying to help you. Your mama, if she love you, she going to give you facts. Your daddy, if he love you, he coming at you strong because he cares about you. When I talk to black people, I talk to black people like I'm talking to my own family. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for them. Like yesterday, day before yesterday, my daughter went to volleyball practice. I was out of practice. I felt like she wasn't working hard. I took her outside. I said, look, man, you wasting your own damn time. Don't come here if you're not going to give 100%. She said, okay, Dad. Went in there, handled her business. You know how many of us wish we had a father to do that shit for us when we was little? All of us. We didn't have nobody to give us that toughness that we needed. So now, the majority of us are walking around acting like some punks.
Do you know what that is, Brandon? Do you know what Brandon, that is? That is accountability. Hold people accountable. Don't just be divisive.
We don't have accountability. We won't even admit.
That is what you should be focusing on instead of just being petty and just insulting people. That is not accountability.
Tunaja,
you are missing the point.
But Tunaja, I just try to hold you accountable. I asked you a question about where you got your information from the judges, and you gave me that was wrong. That's accountability itself. We have to be honest with one another.
News.bloomberglaw.com.
We have to be honest.
Check it out for yourself.
It's wrong. It's wrong. You need to fact check your information. Also cross check your sources. You know, I get so much rubbish.
There are many of them
from Nigerian people about stuff that actually is completely asinine. And then you have to ask, it's like, wait a minute, can't you see this document is fake? This is a problem. We don't have the ability.
This is a fake document.
Discernment is a problem.
I
Fact
don't.
checking is a problem.
I can tell you that I do better than you do.
I
No,
don't
no,
know.
no, no. Don't
Obviously,
start that.
you haven't started out well.
No,
so
in terms of technology, I understand technology, especially web technology. So don't
that's
tell me
fine.
that I don't know how
That's
to discern genuine
so
documents.
that's fine.
Come on.
Nigerians like to brag about they're better than this and that. That's fine. I don't care. Okay. Nigeria itself, if Nigerians are so great, Nigeria shouldn't be in the position it should be. I see a lot of people
You sound like a
celebrating
Nigerian,
NOI.
actually.
You're probably one of those people who come on the
He's
internet
a
and celebrate
Nigerian.
NOI. You celebrate NOI's achievements. And I ask people, I say, well, we've had Kofi Annan on the continent of Africa. We've had Boutros Ghali. Africa is still a very volatile place.
And you
There's
know,
no peace in all these countries.
now, as Nigerians are bragging about this the World Forum, something. The Nigerian lady is
Yes.
It's in their bracket.
Yes.
Love their nigga tickets.
Yes.
See,
Yeah,
what
but-
we get, come
All
on.
this symbolic thing. I mean, the other day, someone was bragging about. I don't know. Someone won a Grammy. I don't know who that is. Some
Burna
Nigerian.
Boy, Burna Boy,
Oh,
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy, and it's such a big deal. And I had to remind people. I said that Burna Boy is from River State. Agbani Darego was from River State. She won Miss World back in 2001. So are you telling me that has anything to do with anything? Why are we into this? You have to understand, Niger, there's a lot. This white supremacy has gripped us by the balls. We have all these shows now in Nigeria. We have African version. We have all these, reality shows. And as Jesse said, it's already there. It's sipped in. People trying to rap to Jesse. Is Jesse a rap mogul? Is he going to recruit them? All this influences our culture. We have people who can't speak their language anymore. We have people who don't know their history. To Niger, the problem is deeper than just saying that you vote for lesser of two evils in your flat in London or wherever you are, Peckham. I don't know where you're hiding.
I agree with you. See, the funny thing is that this guy is in Nigeria. That guy is an undercover Nigerian. He's just pretending like that he's not Nigerian. Point is, I agree with what he's saying. White supremacy is all over the place, even in Africa. But we need clarity. You can't just come calling people idiots. How are you supposed to get people together? You can hold people accountable without being divisive. That is my only disagreement with Brandon here, because he seems to go about taking. It's like a medal for him to be divisive.
You have to be blunt. You see, all the time of niceties is already gone. You see, trying to be nice with the slow guys will slow you down. So
this is a competition, dog.
You better run away from them, cut them off, and move on with your life and find like-minded people. You see, because to Nigeria, if you went to school in Nigeria and all the people that are failing because all the other classes are failing subjects, they say, okay, everyone has to repeat the year, and then you're fine with that because we have to make sure that everyone else is able to catch up. By the time you're 20, you're still in grade 7. Is that fair? That's the same logic, man.
Listen, I teach martial arts, right? I have anywhere from 70 to 80 students on the mat in a class, right? There's some students who just gonna make a lot of excuses and they're never gonna have success. There's other students who gonna do what it takes to get what they want and they're gonna have a lot of success. There's some people who are happy just showing up, just for exercise and that's it. I know about people, bro. So when I look at people, I'm already at the point where I'm like, I'm not even gonna deal with certain types of people because I know that they're not trying to do anything. There's people who sit up and listen to like Tariq Nasheed and stuff, right? Tariq Nasheed is okay guy. He's just never gonna do anything progressive for black people. All these other dudes, but people still watch them, right? The people are talking about we want progress, but still give their attention and their time to people who aren't about progress. So when I'm looking at people, I'm just calling them for what they are. People keep on trying to Brandon this, Brandon that. Brandon doesn't agree with something, he calls him a dynast. Do me and you agree on every point?
No.
Do I call you dumb? Do I call you any names?
No.
Exactly. Me and Lou Major, we don't agree. Me and Doc Measy, we don't agree. I don't call them names. Why? Because I see that they're about making progress. They're not just jumping on with a blank screen, reprimanding me for the way I'm talking. You guys are sitting up, Brandon's harsh. Then your dumb hypocritical ass go watch Gordon Ramsay. I just love Gordon Ramsay. All that nigga do is curse and insult people. That's it. You're dumb.
But
You
Brandon, you kick
no,
Nakmizi out
you're
of your
talking to
channel
ladies, bro.
when he
Watch
disagree
this
with
show.
you.
You
Because
are
Brandon
talking to
called
ladies,
Trump
bro.
dumb,
Watching Gordon Ramsay.
Nakmizi,
While you're telling me, Brandon, you're too harsh. No, you're too hypocritical. That's what it is.
you kick Nakmizi out of your channel because he called Trump dumb.
Listen, I took him off and I brought him back because we weren't talking about whether Trump was dumb. And guess what? Nakmizi said, Trump is dumb, he's stupid. Then I said, okay, Nakmizi, but who would you want for president, Biden or Trump? He said, I have to admit, I would want Trump. That's it.
Yes.
So
He said that. That's the point I'm trying to make. People agree with you, but you sometimes want to chop everybody's heads off just because you're making a point. Like, see, if your idea is the only one that is in town. The point is, you can hold people accountable without insulting them. You can travel fast without insulting people. You can leave them behind without insulting them. Because you are creating a fissure within the society, the community. That means that we keep pitching against each other. This kind of division is why we are here in the first place. That is why they took Africa.
Hey, Dinus, when you play football, right? What was the goal when you was on the football field?
To score.
It was to win, right? That was the goal, right?
Yeah, of course.
When you went to practice, were they nice to you and coddling you? Oh, you're such a beautiful baby. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, I said, oh, you're so lazy, no good ass over there. Right? Which one was they, Dinus?
Straight getting cussed out.
Getting cursed out, dog. And guess what happens when you get cursed out? You go out and you win. Yeah. Now, you know what the losers coaches are doing? Oh, it's okay, Johnny. You gave a good effort. You gave your best. You want to be on the losing team too, Niger. I want to talk to the winners because the winners are not going to take what I say as an insult. The winners going to be like, shit, that nigga right. If it don't apply, let it fly. Clearly, you feel, look at Mo Wise. He's wise, but he says life is not a sport. Life is not a sport, but it damn sure is a competition. It's a competition. We are in competition.
Go ahead. I want brother Lion Menelik is. I want to get him.
We are in competition with other races right now. We need the A team. We don't need the bench warmers. We need the guys who are going to be able to step up and make things happen. And the only way you're going to find those people is you're going to have to weed out all the softies. That's it. And the people who are of the same mindset will find a mutual respect. Niger, you over here weaving around the questions of my brother Tima Jack, but then you talk about Brandon, you're too mean. You need somebody to curse you out. Because maybe if they cursed you out, you would get off your butt and go make some real commitments towards Nigeria instead of talking about it when the time is right. I'm not criticizing what you're doing, but I'll tell you, the time would be right a lot sooner if you have somebody on your ass holding you accountable every day instead of being able to pick and choose when you want to hop into favorable conversations on the internet. That's the difference. But go ahead, Lionel.
Lion Menelik. Go ahead, bro.
He's a Hebrew Israelite.
Hey, I'm just popping in. I think that the Pan African strike again. What you're saying, a lot of truth. Where a lot of people need to be held accountable in the Black community, and I think that what I like about Dinus, as far as him being a Black YouTuber, he's the most productive. As one of the most productive Black YouTubers I've seen. He talk about stuff that matters, and people talking about a lot of things that don't really matter, talking about just silly stuff, not talking about doing things and investing in Africa instead of just talking about all this gender war stuff and all this other crap that's going on in YouTube. But you're also talking about you're a real pro-Black, real Pan-Africanism, where it's just not just where you having these what do you call it, Hotep people just talking about a whole bunch of stuff and just like all this stuff, but you're also talking about making moves and doing things and operating and trying to invest. And what Black people don't need to realize that you're right. We're in competition, and we don't operate like that because no, not everybody. Black people globally, we're not on code, and we worrying about all this crap of like, no, you're a Christian, Muslim, I'm practicing indigenous, African spirit, I'm doing this, but not, and, wasting time over, bickering and tribalism. I'm Jamaican, I'm West African, I'm East African. All this mess is just not, and everybody else is we call it, we getting their ass whooped by everybody else, and we focusing on things that really is not important in the long game. So in the long game, what we should be doing is working on building businesses, group economics, and I think that yeah, I've been following you since 2017, and I like I'm very I congratulate Dynasty, bringing these conversations together, and I've been watching you and stuff like that. So that's why I wanted to say so for right now.
I appreciate it, brother. And what we'll do, we'll go ahead and do one more round and close out. I'm not trying to have a 3-hour stream. So this is what we'll do. T Magic, Jesse, 2 Niger, then Brandon, go ahead and close out. T Magic, go ahead.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
be, y'all
Thanks.
don't be too long
Oh,
with
come on. Just let me. Okay. Thanks for having me. This in Emma and Brandon. You see, this is not personal. I'm just saying that you need to, hold people accountable. I like your spirit. You have energy. Hold people accountable. Hold me accountable. Hold anybody accountable. But remember, when you divide people, you are not winning anything. You might as well just be digging a hole and covering it up. That is all I'm saying here. So that's all I've got to say. We shouldn't be tearing our own down, too quick to tear our own down. And the reason why I'm saying this is more recently is because I read about the history of this Malcolm X recently, and I saw his last days, how he died basically lonely. And now everybody is like, oh, he's a great leader and all the rest of it. How did that happen to him then? How? What I deduced was that because they tore him down. Even his own organization that he was part of tore him down. This is how we tear our own down, and then the wolves come in and claim them. That is why I find it disturbing that we are still doing it today. Just from one interview, Roland Martin is useless. Kamala Harris, Obama, definitely a traitor. Everybody's a traitor. Trump is a traitor to his people. Yeah, they voted for him. They almost elected him president again. He lost by 40-something thousand votes. That guy is as crazy as they come, but they still almost elected him because they don't care what he does, what his failings are, as long as he delivers. Accountability is what they care about. That's all I've got to say. Thanks.
Okay, go ahead, T Magic.
I see my brother to Naja's point. His heart is in the right place, but I think the way he kind of envisions the world as a whole is a little bit off. I'll give you an example. You see, in South Africa, when there was apartheid, there was the diplomats and there was the radicals. Chris Hani was a radical. He was the one heading MK, and they went to war with the SAFA racist apartheid army. And this is where getting on code is one thing, because it wasn't just them. Mozambique, Angola, Zimbabwe, Namibia, SWAPO, Black Cubans coming over. That was a case where everyone knew that they had to do. In the meantime, you had people who were more on the diplomatic side, like Steve Biko. I mean, Mandela wasn't in the picture. And then, so again, what I'm just going to say is that you need all kinds of personalities with the same agenda. Everyone has a different psyche, and they would act it out. As long as you know that the intention is to get us funneled to the same end point. I think that, if you're easily offended by what Brandon says, I think that is because you have your mind made up and you don't want to listen to something that's contrary. And it could be acerbic, but sometimes that's what you need. You need that pin to, stick you in the butt and get you, listening. If Brandon was very soft and he wasn't, outspoken, you wouldn't be here. Many people won't show up here. and listen. You know, I just realized I have never subscribed to Pan African Strikes Back until today. So, you know, this is a case where you have to get people's attention. You know, Diners does it his way. He's very, very cerebral. He's very, you know, more on the diplomatic side. I appreciate that, but don't mistake that. Brandon and Diners get along. A different personality, different psyche. You know, different ways of approaching things. So please just keep that in mind to Niger, and don't forget, you know, to buy your land in Niger.
Jesse, go ahead, Jesse.
Yes, sir. And Pan Africanism Strikes Back. Brandon, I just subscribed to your channel as well, man. I'm so excited to check out your content, honestly. And just with everything that was said tonight with Tunaja, T Magic particularly, man, I just want to say, honestly, guys, we have enough books written on the problem at this point. And for me, it's not like a little petty thing. Oh, it's just a difference of opinion. For me, I'm fighting for the next 100 years of my bloodline. I don't want 100 years from now from somebody that's descendant of my loins to be still talking about unfair incarceration. You know, they don't do. I don't want that 100 years from now. And so it's at a point now, brothers and sisters, and everyone out there listening, we have to draw the line in the sand. Either you about it or you're not. And with that being said, a lot of this is going to start with economic freedom, like, you know, saving, starting businesses, traveling, connecting with real ones, and, you know, creating a power base where we can start, you know, pushing the culture forward. And so with all that, brothers and sisters, you know, I just want to thank y'all for even having this platform. Once again, Dinus, thank you for holding me down over there in Sierra Leone. I know things got a little crazy. Maybe one day, Brandon, if we can get cool, you know, we can tell you a few stories. But but no, seriously, guys, I mean, to Naja, once again, not to hold this too long, the problem is, man, you got to pick a side. You have to figure out what you want for yourself, for your family, for your native country, and then go for that. Trying to play the middle, you're going to get it wiped out either way it go, because you're not going to be welcomed over here, and you're not going to be welcomed on the other side as well. Either you're a house nigga or you're a revolutionary, you know, but playing the middle, and every time someone makes a point, diverting, oh, well, pick a side, brother. You know what I'm saying? And that's what time it is for all men and women throughout the diaspora. It's time to pick a side. And once again, I hope we can have a show on this in closing. But Brandon and Dinus, we really do have to talk about the devil's advocate, or the other side, which is, yeah, y'all talking about going over here and going over there, and the system's so bad. But America and a lot of European countries, we have a lot of convenience that places around other places around the world don't have. And I think that should be a discussion, because even before I all the way came to the side, there was something going on in my head. I was like, well, you know, it's not perfect, but we're better off than a lot of other people. But now, as my brain has developed this to what real civilization is, not being so materialistic, but I think that that's worth a discussion as well. So that's it.
Appreciate it, brother. All right, Brandon, go ahead, brother. Close it out.
Here's the thing. There's a quote that says sometimes being too nice is dangerous, right? I always assert that our people lack situational awareness. We walk around like zombies who aren't really understanding of the real situations that we face every day. Somebody said Brandon is the same as every somebody said Brandon is the same as every black person in America. If a police car pulls up behind him, he's going to worry about if today is the day he meets his maker. You're right. Police car come up behind me. I'm wondering, is this a racist cop who's going to blast me? But based on me wondering that, and based on me knowing the situation that I'm in, I'm going to basically act in a way that, is more conducive to my survival. You're never going to see a video with Brandon looking out of a window with a camera on the cop saying, I know my rights. Am I free to go or am I being detained?
I'm not laughing.
No. But you're never going to see a video of me doing that, because I know from being around guns and being around people with guns that when someone has a gun in your face, You just need to shut up and do whatever they tell you to do so that you can make it home. How many of us, if they thought like Brandon, would be alive right now? I know that if someone asked me, do you have any weapons in the car? I'm going to tell them no until they go in there and find the weapon. Because I'm not going to tell them yes so they can get scared and blow me away. We lack situational awareness. You're being too hard on us, Brandon. Why are you being so rough on us? The white man been boot stomping your ass for centuries, okay? He hung you from trees by your neck until you were dead. And you telling me that the way I talk to you is the number one obstacle in between you and that stands in the way of you coming up from under the oppression of white supremacy? I thought we was tough. I thought that we built this country. It was strong because we built it, and all the things we went through hardened us so we can get things, so that we can deal with any type of opposition. I guess it was all a lie, because the way Brandon delivers what he says is really the primary problem. It's not racism. It's not white supremacy. It's not police brutality. The real problem here is the way Brandon delivers his message. Do you realize that that's a cop-out? Do you realize that the people who try to throw that stuff in front of you are insulting your intelligence? Do you realize that? Do you realize you're at war? Do you know that these people want to succeed and they want to step on you so that they can? Do you know they will never give anything to your children? Ever, 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 ever? Go look your kid in the face and say, you know what, baby? I stole your inheritance. I didn't even work to leave nothing for you because Brandon was mean to me. They're going to look at you like exactly what you are, dumb as hell. Now, when I'm saying people are dumb, I'm just saying that what they're doing is dumb. And if you look, you can correct your ways, right? But if you just double down on being ignorant, there's no hope for you, period. So I just want everybody to take off the damn blinders, take off the kid gloves, start standing up like adults, man. Start standing up like adults. People insult me in the comments all day. I don't care. It doesn't mean anything. I go do work. Insult me all you want to, because I know the people insulting me, when it comes down to it, they're going to fold. That's it. They're going to fold. It's just like the guy on the football team who always talking and making everybody have to run and do extras because he won't shut up. That's the guy who's never going to get on the field. And when he finally does get on the field, he's been talking trash on the starters all year. And the coach say, all right, Willie, we're going to put you in the game. He gives up a touchdown to the house on his first play of the game. It's always the people, right or wrong, Dynas.
No, you're right.
Right or wrong. It's all
right.
The talkers. The people's insulted. Oh, Brandon this, Brandon that. Those people are jealous. They're jealous of me. They're jealous of you guys. They're jealous of you because you want to do better. And they don't believe that they deserve anything better than what the white man is giving them. So they have to tear you down so they can justify why they won't do anything. So when they start talking about me, I know I'm doing something right. If I start stomping you on the neck, you start hollering, I'm gonna keep stomping because I know that I'm on the verge of knocking and putting you out for good. Keep on complaining. I'm never gonna be nice to black people. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna be a brother to you. I'm gonna work with you if you working. If you not working, I'm gonna treat you like just what you is, somebody who's useless. And a person who's useless don't even need to be around. There has to be a division between us, because if there's no division, we will not survive. We will not survive. If the doers, the way the people who just don't want to do nothing drag them down, we're all going to end up losing. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you, Dynas, for having me on.
No problem. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, too, guys, when we hit 200,000 subscribers, I'm tripping. 100,000 subscribers. Black-owned company, Tomlini. He gifted me this bag. I've already have 2 other ones. This is real snakeskin. All right, real snakeskin. I got a red one, I got a brown one, and he gifted this one to me. When we hit 100,000 subscribers, one of you lucky subscribers out there will win this bag, along with $200 worth of lead tokens, cryptocurrency. Brother was on Saturday, lead wallet, cryptocurrency. He gave me some. It's like kind of like $200 worth. Right now it's like $200 worth, but it can go up, it can go down. So when we hit 100,000, bam, bag. One lucky subscribers can get a bag and some crypto. So until next time, family. Dynasty Mirror, search for Uhuru. Peace.